All right, y'all. What's good, man? What's good in the hood? And let's talk about some hoops, man. Healthy conversation, man. We're gonna talk about who better between Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers. Now, last year before Paige came into the league, when I said Paige was better back then. I just, this is what I think about their games from seeing them in college, high school, and now the league. I think that Paige is better. But they was calling me a psychopath, lunatic when I was saying that. That's what they said about me last year when I said that about Paige. Now everybody's saying Paige is better. Not everybody, but now you got people seeing a light. Some people saying Paige is better than Caitlyn, and it's just sparking these healthy debates. So I just want to ask y'all, man, what y'all think, bro? I think that Paige is better all around, bro. She's a better all around scorer, better shot selection, better IQ. I think that she got a better layup package. She got more moves. So she can get better shots off in the mid range. People, I seen this debate and they was trying to say like, okay, well that's like saying they were saying all right, well that's like saying KD is better than Steph. Basically they trying to say Caitlyn is Steph. And honestly, bro, like I think first of all, I don't think Caitlin Clark plays like Steph Curry. I don't know where everybody got that from. She don't play like Steph Curry, bro. She don't. Steph Curry is a lot more of an off-ball player. Just because Caitlyn come down and heave real deep threes don't mean she playing like Steph Curry, bro. Like off the dribble, that's not what Steph do, bro. He move around, he finds a good shot, a good look. Paige has better shot selection, and she can still knock down threes like it's nothing. Paige is actually averaging more points right now. She's actually averaging more points right now than Caitlin Clark, if you look it up. You said I would say she played more like Trae Young because she's a tremendous passer as well as Trae. Yeah, I can see more so to Trae Young. But when they talk about Steph, just because Steph changed the game, like it's not the same, bro. I don't think she plays that much like Steph Curry. But right now, Paige is averaging more points than Caitlin Clark, man. As a rookie, bro, and that's why a lot of people saying, damn, as a rookie, she low key better than Caitlin was as a rookie. So they say that they think her trajectory is gonna go higher. But shout out to Paige, man. She played for Dallas. She's a big fan of Kyrie Irving, who also plays for Dallas. And I think they play similar. Just like how I said, Caitlin Clark and Tyrese Halliburton play similar. They both play for Indiana. But it's just that Caitlin is more of a scorer than Tyrese. Tyrese got the pass first mentality. You said Paige has always been better. She tore her ACL her junior year. Oh, no, I know. I've been saying it. You can look up videos of me saying this last year. So it shows that the ACL injury didn't really slow her down, which is a good sign, man. Nowadays, people recover from ACLs, man. Cautlin recovered. You know what I mean? Paige recovered. Juju Watkins is going to recover from her ACL. And as well as Kyrie Irving is going to recover, man. You talking about not even close. How is not close if she averaging more points, though? You said it's not fair. They both play different positions. Man, come on, bro. We compare people all the time, bro. We not doing that, bro. Like, now when y'all favorite player is on the back end of it, now they try to say we can't cross-compare the positions. We can't compare them because they're two different positions. Man, come on, bro. Stop doing that, man. If you think Paige better, you could have just said that. Come on, bro. We're not doing that. Shout out to Dark Sight. It says Paige has been a better player the entire time. Well, yeah, if you actually kind of been following women's hoops, you would know that. But this is why they was calling me crazy when I said this last year, because a lot of people did. I'm going to give Caitlyn credit for that, man. A lot of people started watching women's ball because of Caitlyn. So they didn't really know about Paige until she came into the league. You got to remember, like, a lot of people wasn't watching, like, they don't watch women's high school or women's college. They just were like, okay, Caitlyn in the league now. I'm going to start watching WNBA. And so they didn't really know that much about Paige, though. But, I feel as though they still don't be watching her, though. That's the thing. So it's just one of them situations, man. It is what it is. You said Caitlin Clark changed the game. How she changed the game? How she changed the game, bro? Shout out to Q Diz. He said Paige is definitely better overall player. CC just popular, but she definitely smooth. Yeah, she nice. I think Caitlin Clark is a baller. Somebody said not yet. It's a possibility that it can happen one day. But you talking like Caitlin Clark is some veteran or something. This only her second season. So that's all I'm saying. We don't gotta hijack the conversation and try to discredit anybody that think it's Paige. Or we gotta give her time, maybe one day. Bro, we act like this Diana Taurasi we talking about. Caitlin Clark is only in her second season, bro. Shout out to Philly. Said Paige been better than her. CC only popped in college when Paige got hurt. Yeah, remember Paige was low-key going viral since high school. Remember Steph Curry was commenting on it. I don't know if y'all remember. They probably seen it, but they don't remember it was her. With her little, the behind the back snatch into the pass. I'm gonna see if y'all recognize this video. Niggas was like, yo, she nice. Like, Paige was balling, bro. Y'all don't remember this? I can't find that one particular clip, but it's a lot of them, man. Here you go. Y'all don't remember this, bro? I'm trying to tell y'all, like... I was trying to tell y'all, like, when Caitlyn wasn't low-key being talked about when this video was surfacing and Steph Curry was commenting. This is 2021. Hey! Into the past? Y'all don't remember that? They don't remember, bro. They don't remember Paige, bro. Hey. And like I said, when that was going down, nobody was talking about Caitlin Clark. Somebody in the comments said, somebody said it's like Curry versus Kyrie. Technically, Kyrie is better all around, but everyone agrees Curry is better. But that's my point. Like, you talking about this everything agrees thing. Like, just because you just trying to fit in. Again, Caitlin Clark does not play like Steph Curry, bro. So we can't even use that. I do agree, though, that Paige kind of plays like Kyrie. More so to Kyrie. But it's not no, like, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to agree. They coming in the league at the same time. Caitlin Clark hasn't won no championships. So it ain't like we gotta say this. Like, people low-key only agree. Because before Steph Curry was winning, bro, honestly, though, I seen everybody saying Kyrie was better. But that's a conversation for another day. You said Caitlyn was averaging 26 and 8 as a freshman, whether she was being talked about or not. You're not hearing me, bro. I'm saying the way how people right now make it seem like it's not close. The way how people right now make it seem like it's not close. But it was a time when when Paige was low-key going viral before Caitlyn. That's why I'm saying this is what makes it this is what makes it a good conversation, is what I'm saying to you, bro. A close conversation. Because Paige is on that level as well. And you said Paige was also averaging that as a freshman. We're gonna look it up. See, look at this person trying to defend Caitlyn, man. Like, that's what, like, I just don't like defensive when people get defensive about stuff. We can't just chop it up. Oh, Paige was doing this. I mean, Caitlin Clark was doing this. I mean, bro, ain't nobody deny that. Paige better. CC putting up triple single with 8 turnovers. Damn. Somebody said if CC went to UConn, she would have multiple championships. So that's a dumb argument. Oh, we doing the hypotheticals, the if this, the if that, right? The if this, if that, if everything. Caitlin Clark had a WNBA player on her team, bro, and lost in the championship. That's her fault. That's on her. All this hypotheticals, man. Come on, bro. Stop it. Then we seen Paige and them got robbed because they called that bad call in the Final Four game. We seen that. You said Clark got it if he going off stats. No, Paige averaged more points than Caitlin Clark this season as a rookie. See, but they didn't know that, though. Paige is averaging more points than Caitlin Clark this season. Now we talking about add context. Yeah, I did add context on it. Paige is a rookie. Paige would have put the same stats as Clark, but playing with WNBA. But she was playing with WNBA ready players. Yeah, yo, she could have went to a small team and averaged 40. You said we can also say Paige couldn't take Iowa to the finals. I don't know if anyone could have took the. We keep on saying this is hypotheticals though, and again, she had Kate Martin on her team. Niggas try to make it seem like that team didn't have no stars on it, bro. Some Caitlin Clark teammate from college is in the league right now. You said Paige is older than Clark. You know that, right? Or is that why she's better? You saying that's why she's better than her? Cause we're not here to make no excuses. Yeah, bro, they act like Kate not nice, but dark psych. That's just how you know they don't really watch this shit though. So they don't really know about Kate Martin. You said Kate the GOAT. Next question. Well, I'm saying, what you think about Paige though, bro? You think she better than Caitlin? Somebody said you acting like Clark wasn't hurt for at least 3 weeks. But that should be better. That should make it better for her stats, because her stats should be right where they was at when she was healthy. If Paige is not better, then her averages shouldn't even catch up at all. See what I'm saying? Yeah, Chris, we been was saying this, bro, before she even got in the NBA. Right, and Paige is hurt too. They don't want to use. Hey, look, Philly. They don't want to use the injuries for the college. You see what I'm saying? They talking about the injuries now, but what about in college? They love to brag about what she did in what Caitlin Clark did in college. But they're not talking about how Paige was injured in college, though. But now when it come down to the NBA, so I'm saying they want to talk about the injuries. Brody said, "Facts. Paige better all around player." Yeah, I think she better, bro. It's just, it's not nothing. It's not even nothing. This ain't no hatred, because this is before Caitlin Clark blew up. I thought Paige was better. That's what I'm saying. Oh, you saying Paige is hurt in the WNBA? See, but they don't want to bring that up, bro. Somebody said Caitlin Clark makes her team better because everyone is on CCC. Hold on, everybody's on CC on the offense. No, bro, you don't watch ball. We don't got to make up lies, bro, if you don't watch it. See, that's not true. She's not even a leading scorer on her team. A lot of people argue she's not the best player on her team because you got Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston was the number 1 pick in the draft. They not relying on Caitlin Clark for that. Caitlin Clark is leading the league in turnovers, bro. So we don't gotta, that's my thing about, this is my whole thing. We don't have to glaze. Y'all know that, right? We don't know these people. Caitlin Clark not about to come, let you take her on a date. We don't gotta. I just be seeing people get defensive about stuff that they don't gotta get defensive about. So now we're gonna sit here and say Caitlin Clark is the only reason that team is good. She made the team better. But if you really look it up, she leading the league in turnovers though. So it's it's okay, bro. It's she not perfect, gang. Who cares, bro? I just don't be understanding this, man. She's not perfect. You said Caitlin took a team that hadn't been to the playoffs in a decade. Yeah, Philly, they can both be good. I think it's close as hell. I think they right next. I think they neck and neck. Yeah, but that team, even though they hadn't been to the playoffs in that long, you gotta remember the end result team that they have is a great team. They damn near got a super team over there, because they gonna all be in their prime. It's like Katie, Harden, and Russ over there, bro. Somebody said you won't hear on live comparing, but we the ones defensive. I'm just comparing them though. I'm not getting defensive. If somebody say Paige, if somebody say Caitlin Clark is better, that's their opinion. But I'm just saying we don't got to sit here and lie about neither one of these players for the sake of the argument. It ain't that serious, you know what I mean? Shout out to Philly, man. He said Paige a better defender also. CC can't guard a traffic cone. Yeah, I ain't going to discredit Caitlin, Joe. I ain't going to do that. I think she a baller, man. She be balling out of control. I think she top 10 in the league. or top 15, top 20. Wherever you got her ranked at, she earned it. But I'm just saying, like, people get to saying, oh, she way better than everybody in the league and can't compare nobody to her. Da da da. It's just like, man, why we gotta do all that though? Somebody said no feelings, just look at the facts. CC Caitlin Clark's rookie stats. But what I'm saying is it's up for debate because Caitlin Clark rookie stats, Paige is averaging more points than her right now in her rookie season. That's what I'm saying. So when you look at that and then look at how they play, you gotta say, it's close. That's all I'm saying, bro. You said I'm only talking about points. No, because Paige averaged 6 assists. And Paige, just like somebody in the comments said, Paige already got the 200 points and 50 assists in less games. She got the 200 points and 50 assists in less games, bro. So now what, though? Now what? What you gonna say now, bro? You said is Paige going to the playoffs? Is she playing with a Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell? I know she got Enrique, but that's only one star, though. See what I'm saying? Clark has multiple stars on her team. Yeah, proof the formula. They don't watch it, bro. They don't watch this stuff. You said Paige not going to the playoffs. Okay, but I'm just saying, look, I thought it was a team sport, though. I thought y'all said it was a team sport. You said Paige has a potential to be better. What makes you say that? What makes you say that Paige got the potential to be better? Now this man talking about Paige don't got the. He said it's not close because Paige don't have the same adversity. Man, she tore her ACL. What are you talking about? Adversity, nigga. Somebody said I just started watching the WNBA like last year. No, bro, that's you. Y'all be project. I told y'all be projecting y'all insecurities on everybody else, bro. You just started watching it because of Caitlin. That's you, bro. Niggas been watching the league, bro. I don't know what's up with y'all, bro. You said she can do it all, and certain things she can do better than Clark. She just more skilled than me. Okay, so she's better. She's better, bro. What's the issue? Why is it such a crime to say somebody better than Caitlyn? What the hell? What did Caitlyn do for y'all family? You said being more skilled don't make you better. Kyrie more skilled than Curry. Curry is only considered better because he won more championships and he made that dynasty. Caitlyn Clark hasn't done jack shit. That's what I'm saying. So if we just sitting here saying it's not close, I'm asking you why. Like, this only her second season. You talking about it's not close. Like, what the hell she do? See, now they're gonna say I'm discrediting her, but y'all talking about it's not close, bro. These people just now coming into the league, bro. It's a healthy debate. See, now you try to what's it called? What's the word? Patronize me. He talking about you know too much ball to be saying stuff like that. Man, come on, bro. Like with that, we trying to take the easy way out. Listen, we talking about right now, bro. It's close. Period. And I'm going Paige. I'm leaning Paige, bro. I'm leaning Paige. You said Paige older, so is that why y'all saying she's better? Is that the reason why y'all saying that she's better? Like, we don't have to. You said Clark just shoot threes. The only way Caitlin Clark is better is if you factor in her impact to the game. Other than that, is Paige. But honestly, what is Caitlin Clark's impact to the game? Yeah, Caitlin Clark grew on me. She's nice. I actually think she's tough. Like, she's very tough. But I've been feeling like this about Paige. So I'm not just talking about anybody that just came out of nowhere. And I'm just saying she's better than Caitlin. Like, also, you got to remember, Paige is averaging more points than Caitlin. She got the 200 points and 50 assists faster. So it's multiple things that, is the reasoning. You talking about selling out arenas? We talking about the game. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Dude in the comments. He said, did this dude just say what's Caitlin's impact on the game? All right, I'm out. See how he couldn't just answer the question though. And this is what I mean. Like, why these basketball conversations get so like toxic and defensive and shit? I asked this man a question. He talking about I'm out. I'm asking you what's her impact on the game, bro. Nigga could have used that chance, that opportunity to educate me or tell me her impact. He couldn't even do that. He couldn't even do that. I'm just asking a question. He said, because it's obvious if you watch. You said Juju or Clark. I'm going to go Juju. Give me Juju. Yeah, man, give me Juju. But what's Caitlin Clark's impact on the game? You talk about selling out arenas. That's not no impact, bro. That's not impact on the game. I'm talking about the game. You said she's the main scoring option and the rest of the team is trash. No, that's not true, bro. She playing with Enrique, bro. Somebody that was considered the nastiest guard. Enrique was considered the nastiest guard in the league, and Paige is averaging more points than her. So we ain't about to say, oh, the rest of the team trash. Come on, Brody. You said Clark is more impactful to the game, but how though? Don't she average the most turnovers in the league? So tell me how she's more impactful. You said Aja Wilson would be a better argument. Just saying, why though? See, that's a casual take. Everybody know Aja Wilson is probably damn near the best in the league overall. That's not even close between either one. You talking about Aja. I'm talking about this. These two are very, very close. Yeah, you talking about Aja would have been a better argument. Just because you don't know about Paige, like, that's what I mean, bro. Like, we live in a world where everybody want to claim they know everything, man. If you don't know about Paige, cool, bro, you can sit the conversation out. And then learn. See, but now we got to sit here and downplay Paige, man. But then when she start winning and all that, then everybody gonna hop on the bandwagon. Shit crazy, bro. Right? Then everybody gonna be on the bandwagon, man. On the bandwagon, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, man. I just wanted to ask y'all, check our temperature, what y'all think, man. Somebody said CC has better team impact and a better better assister than Paige. But Paige do more with her game. I don't know. I don't see that much team impact from Caitlin, bro. I think she has terrible shot selection. This is just the tendencies. I think she got a great talent, but she got some tendencies she got to work on when you talk about team impact, bro. She shoots. She has bad shot selection. And she gets a lot of turnovers. And she has bad body language too. She has bad body language when she won the ball. So it's just not good things when you talk about, building around somebody, bro. I'm just being honest with y'all, man. You said why you keep talking about turnovers? Why not? Oh, he don't want me to talk about it. He want me to not talk about it. Sweep it under the rug. Got you. My bad, bro. I forgot it was the agenda. My bad. I forgot it was the agenda. My bad. He said people like you are just a hater. Oh, now I'm hating because she averaged the most turnovers. Ah, I got you. I'm hating. You right. You right. You right about that, bro. Let me just not talk about it then. Let's just keep pushing the agenda. See, that's how agendas get pushed. And then when people call it out, you get mad at the person for calling it out. He telling me not to talk about the turnovers. He calling me hating. He said I'm hating when I just said she's a great talent. It's very close between these two plays, but I'll just give Paige the edge. Damn. So y'all hating on Paige because you said Caitlyn better? All right. Are y'all hating on Paige, bro? Because you believe Caitlyn is better? Why do we gotta be hating when somebody disagree with you, bro? You soft. You a soft dude, bro. You a soft dude, man. You probably get bullied at work. You probably get bullied at work, man. Somebody said Caitlin Clark gets clamped every game that matters most. Yeah, I think Paige a better shot creator. Like, honestly, she about to pass Caitlyn soon, bro. You said who get bullied at work? Nah, man, I'm just trolling, man. I'm just trolling y'all, man. I'm just trolling y'all, man. That's all. You know. But I like these conversations, though, man. I like that we can have conversations like this about the women, man. You know, it's healthy for the game, bro. It's just healthy for the game. That's all it is, bro. You know, you get to have these debates, the same type of lunch table debates that we have for the NBA. See, we don't do this a lot when it comes to the WNBA, man. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be fun to just keep having these debates, bro. Like, nah, but you know, it's just one of them things. You gotta give Caitlin Clark her credit though for just coming in, handling all that pressure. You know, having the weight of the WNBA. Everybody was hating on her when she came. Everybody was hating on Caitlin when she came out, man. So you gotta respect Caitlin for playing through that. See what I'm saying? You got to do that. That has to happen. Now somebody's talking about who in the world is Paige. See, bro? Here we go. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about, bro. Damn, bro. As soon as I started to be positive and give Caitlyn her credit, now somebody's talking about, oh, who the hell was Paige, man? Guarantee he about to say, listen, yo, only reason we started watching is because of Caitlyn. Like, as soon as I'm giving Caitlyn credit. Come on, bro. I try to switch up the whole tone, give her a straight credit. Now look, that's exactly what he said. He's talking about the only reason we started watching is because of Caitlyn. Man, come on, bro. Like, that's not answering the question. You see what I'm saying? That's not answering the question. You said Paige is much tougher, stronger, and smarter player. I think she's better, bro. Honestly. And it's unfortunate they didn't get to play against each other. They didn't get to play against each other when the other night because Caitlin Clark was injured. You said, why do I think Paige is better? I think she got higher IQ. I think she can score in more ways. She has a better shot selection. She's a better defender. She can score from the three, the mid range, and finish better. Caitlin Clark is a better 3-point shooter though, but Paige is a better defender. Paige is more clutch. You know what I'm saying? She has more of a winning mentality, bro. She got more of a winning mentality for real. Shout out to Cam, yo. Cam B. Yo, Cam, you said who a better passer? You said Caitlin or Paige. You said that's a good take. I don't know about the shooting. No, Caitlin a better 3-point shooter for sure. Yeah, Caitlin a better. Oh yeah, passing. I'm tripping. Caitlin, she definitely better passer. She averaged like damn near 10. But I don't know though. Maybe it's just how I look at hoopers, yo. I like players like Paige for real. You said Caitlin better passer and shooter. I'm saying, what about the mid range though? Like I said, I ain't even trying to do this to Caitlin. I ain't even trying to hate on Caitlin. Like, I think it's close for real. And like I said, you got to give Caitlin all the credit for all the hate she was getting coming in. Like, niggas was hating on her in the league, and she was handling all the pressure.
Paige clears Caitlin Clark, bro. That shit not close.
You said it's not close, yo.
People saying better score, but Paige is way better in 2 levels of the scoring, bro. It's not close, bro. Paige is way better than her, bro. And she can shoot the 3, bro. She's just a better overall 3-level scorer than Caitlin Clark.
So Crunch, this argument is kind of like it give me like how Jason Tatum is an all around player.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's kind of like what you value more for real with this conversation. It's like
that's
that.
not how it's
saying. Yeah, it's two because it's two different types of players for real.
That's not how it's like, bro. Caitlin Clark, Paige is a way better team player, bro.
Yeah, shout out to my dog Cam too, yo, from my city for real.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, yo.
I honestly think you comparing, to be honest, a natural point guard to a Paige is a 2 in my book. I mean,
A 2.
it's like a shooting guard. So I mean,
Tatum is a better scorer than Curry. Well, Tatum
I won't say Caitlin's a natural.
I think Caitlin's shot selection is terrible, but I think because I don't know what she feels the need like she has to shoot the ball at times, but Caitlin is one of those where she got to see it go through the net in order for her to catch on.
Hell yeah.
Where Paige is more like she can get downhill and
More
she can attack the rim much because she's stronger. Yeah, she's stronger and she crappier with the ball. Better ball handling in my eyes.
I feel like
I want to see her hit her prime. You said what, G?
Yeah.
I feel like if everybody actually watches the game, it's very simple to detect that not only she's a better shooter, but she's a better passer. Well, Paige clears everything else that she does.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think the passing gap.
They're
is
about
that
like
wide.
neck and neck for real, and like passing and assistance. Sorry to cut off KG, but like they're about neck and neck, and also Paige averages way less turnovers, which also is because you have to acknowledge Cage is. I mean, I said Cage. Caitlin is like the face of the league at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So
Caitlin a point guard. She running a point.
Yeah, and I think not to give Caitlin a pass, but I think the way they're both guarded is a little different.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Glad to have you back, bro. I'm glad you have a good time. Glad you got an opportunity to go over there.
Yeah.
Shannon.
I feel like Caitlin's such a threat from the 3-point line. Like as soon as half court, you gotta get physical with her and bump her off her. Like Caitlin, she hasn't gotten to her full WNBA strength yet. Where Paige had that extra year at UConn, which is a top tier program, so they already had her ready. The strength and stuff wasn't going to be a problem for Paige coming into it. Like, but I like, but they both great players though. I ain't gonna lie
But
to you. It's
but imagine Kaylin not passing the ball. Like she can give you 20 and 10. Imagine her just scoring. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And it's averaging 5 points. She gonna get 40 points. Like she can
yeah,
shoot that motherfucker.
yeah. Her passing out of the double team is actually insane. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of the passes she make, I'd be like, what the.
No, she might
And
be
a
the
lot of
best passer.
and Crunch, not to be biased, but a lot of her passes that's turnovers, her team's not running, bro. Like she be throwing it where they should be, she be leading them, and they just don't be. It's kind of like she be playing a little bit. Her IQ is above her teammates sometimes. So some of those turnovers be like, oh, I'm pitching it ahead. Why you not running to the spot? Why you not running?
Some of
You
them,
know,
but not majority of them.
but
Majority of them
but
are
some
of
of
her
them just
own.
terrible. Like
Yeah.
Majority of the turnovers are of her own doing. And then for people that's saying that she's a better passer, what do we equate to being a better passer? Something
no,
that's more flashy or
no,
what?
CC's a way better passer than
She
Paige.
is.
It's
Nah,
not even
The one
I
that
think,
if you're saying way better, that's crazy.
I
But
think,
out of
Also, Paige
out of
is
the
young,
double
so
no out of
she
the
could
double
learn.
team on the
you
break, she's a way
I'm
better
saying you
passer.
being able to pass out a double team is one aspect of passing. But
No,
if I'm a point guard
the,
and you're a point guard and we're both averaging somewhere near the same assists, but I'm averaging way less turnovers than you, to me that means I'm a better passer because I'm getting the ball to these people at a more efficient rate than you are. And you can't tell me that the talent level on the teams are the same because they aren't. So when you talk about IQ and we talking about the talent level, what does it say about Paige if I'm getting my passes through at a more efficient rate to lesser talent than the
so
talent that's
off
on your
the
team?
off the double, not just off the double. CC's like pick and roll pass game is immaculate, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. This shit is she. That's how Leah Boston really get half her points. I mean,
I'm not saying it ain't, but I'm not saying it's not immaculate. But my question to you is, what do we equate to being a better passer? Because it looks good, but it looks good when I'm passing out the pick and roll because I can put it between a couple people's legs or something like that, or are we equating being a better passer to me being able to get it uh through on the pick and roll more times than you? Because if that's the case,
If
Paige is
I
more
if I
It's
pass
the
the
efficient.
Trey
ball,
Young versus Tyrese
if we both
like
passing the
conversation,
ball,
kinda.
if we both passing the ball, and you throw more turnovers than me, then I'm a better passer than you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it sounds like they're equating better passing to you being able to put it between somebody's legs versus me being able to get you the ball. Period.
No, that just having skills with your
I
passing.
think more
I know that. That's what I'm
versatility.
saying. But that's what it sounds like
I
they're
think
equating
more
to being a better
But I
passer.
versatility.
can I can I can throw it over somebody's legs and then it still get stolen though.
Because the assist to turnover ratio is very wide between the two of them. And I got the stats up right now just so we what I'm saying clear on it. If we talking about this year, that's one thing. But if we comparing rookie years through the first 13 games, Paige is on pace with her. She averaged a couple more points than her, and then if we're talking about assists, Paige averaged 5.8, and Caitlin averaged 6 on the head through 13 games. So, and the turnover ratio is
Big difference.
different. So I'm saying if we equating how often you get the passes through there, the turnover ratio, Caitlin her first 13 games as a rookie, she's averaging 5.4 turnovers, whereas Paige is averaging 2.2. So what says you're a better passer? Because it looks good when I get it out of the double team, or
No,
I'm
I
able to
just
get
think
it out of the double team and actually get it to my person.
the passing versatility and the transition, the IQ plays. See, this is what I don't understand. Like when you say Paige has better IQ, do you mean like on the like shot selection wise? Because if we talking about all around, she doesn't. Like,
Shot selection wise and passing wise, I know
but no,
when to
not
pass the
passing wise,
ball and,
not
and how
passing.
to pass the ball to these people to get it to them at an efficient rate.
Not I don't know about passing wise. I can't agree on
But
that.
you're
I,
saying you can't agree with it, but the numbers say
but
otherwise.
what I'm saying is, if you look at the game and you watch some of the games, Crunch, you can look and see some of those passes, especially in transition, or she's making the right passes. Her teammates' IQ are just not telling
And,
her
and that's
run to
why
this
that's
spot.
why I asked you, Cam. So when you said her teammates, right? When we talking about talent wise, the gap between the talent gap between the players on Caitlin's team and the gap between the players outside of Enrique on Paige's team is fairly different, and the IQs are fairly different. So if you have a better talented team than I do, and a team that has a better overall IQ than I do, but somehow I'm able to get my passes through at a more efficient way to lesser talented players and players who don't have a better IQ than the players that you're playing with, what does that say about our passing games?
I mean, I guess if you break it down like that, you could say it's close. But I also take into account of how both of the two are being guarded too, and the defenses that they're seeing on the regular. Which we can say that Paige is seeing tougher defenses, but then we would be lying to ourselves because that's not the truth. That would just be us lying to each other. So some of those turnovers, the double team, a terrible turnover is a terrible decision making. Now Paige is
That
a better
equates to
decision
IQ
making
though,
occasion.
because if I'm you're talking about the defensive
Yeah,
Sam,
that's what
so
I'm saying.
that to me equates to IQ because I should if you're saying my IQ is so high the way you're saying hers is, I should know that I should wait till I get up the court versus trying to pass the ball initially out of this double team while we're running in transition or trying to pass the ball in between these two people that's running with my teammate. I should wait to get in better position so that I'm able to get my teammate the ball at a more efficient rate. That sounds like IQ to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you break it down like that, yeah, I understand what you're saying. I just don't see how. From what I've seen from Paige, passing the ball aspect, I don't see how she's better than CC.
Yeah, I'll give it to
It sound like
Caitlin.
to me, Cam, and I'm not trying to be like rude or anything. I say this or whatever because a lot of people do it. I'm guilty of it myself sometimes. I feel like sometimes we as player are more keen to the aesthetic than we are
You
to
try to
what
say
actually going on.
he only like the aesthetic.
Yeah, the pass
You
looks
try.
pretty, and I'm passing it out of a double team, so that looks better than me doing just a little bounce
Caitlin,
efficient
Right.
pass or something like that.
So passing out of the double team, transition passes, setting up. So what about Paige's? So are you looking at his Paige's aspect of her percentages of passing the ball that she's a better passer? Because I'm not
No,
following
I'm
you.
looking at the whole thing of it. So you're saying because you brought up the pick and roll game, which Paige can do. She's very efficient at the pick and roll. They don't.
Scoring, yes, she's a
No,
great.
no, no. I'm passing as well. If you watch Dallas, a lot of people don't believe Tierra McCowan to be a very good big center, but they are very shocked this year in the play that Tierra has displayed due to the fact of the pick and roll game that her and Paige are running. Then if you want to go back to UConn, the pick and roll game that she ran with Jana El Alfie was very flawless or whatever, right? So when we talk about the pick and roll game, I'm asking you, you saying it looks good because Caitlin is able to do it at a certain level, but I'm asking you if the stats are saying that when we're doing this pick and roll, my efficiency is better than yours due to the assist to turnover ratio. What makes Caitlin a better passer other than the fact that you're saying the way it looks?
I don't know where you keep getting it. I'm not saying the way it looks. I'm breaking down the level of difficulty of the passes
I'm saying
she's
you said it.
making.
You said when I'm saying
That's
the way it looks. When you had first made the statements, you were saying if you watch the games. So if I'm watching the game physically, that's viewing it in the way it looked. But when I
yeah,
look at
yeah.
these
But
numbers,
if you're
the assist to
watching,
turnover ratio is saying something different.
okay, if you're watching the game, who's seeing tougher defenses?
Who's seeing tougher defenses?
Yes.
They're playing the same team, so they're playing the same
No,
defenses.
no, they're not getting guarded the same way, bro. You know that. Come on, let's be serious.
They guard
Let's be serious.
Caitlin.
Let's
They
be
guard
serious.
Caitlin a certain way above the 3-point line, yes. But if you watch Dallas play, as soon as they get inside the arc, because Paige is a much more difficult cover in the mid range area, they guard her and blitz her the same way they do Caitlin at the three. They do that to Paige as soon as they get inside the arc.
Not as much. Not as much. I don't. And I watched Paige since this season. She's not getting guarded. She's a good 3-point shooter, but the threat of her on the three and the threat of Caitlin on the three is completely different. So
No,
when
no,
you
I'm
come
not. I'm
out
not saying the three ball, Cam. I'm saying
I'm telling you, when you hedge the screen, right? The guard obviously big normally comes out and hedges the screen. That big is staying. Which they're trying to force a double. she's passing out of that double. That's a more degree of difficulty.
I'm not saying you're wrong in that aspect. I'm saying that what you're the scenario that you just presented that happens to Caitlin above the 3-point line, I'm saying is the same scenario that happens for Paige inside the 3-point line at the mid range level.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but would you say? Are you saying like the doubles inside the
Yes,
three?
yes. When you say they are guarded differently, yes, but when you say that the defenses are covering Caitlin more difficult, I don't think they are. I just think they're covering them at different levels. The difficulty that Caitlin sees at the 3-point line is not the same difficulty that Paige sees at the 3-point line. They are covering Caitlin heavier on the 3-point line because she's more of a 3-point threat. But once we get inside the arc and Paige is at that mid-range point, they covering Paige the same way that they are covering Caitlin at the 3-point line. But when Caitlin gets inside that painted area or the mid-range, they're not doubling her or whatever because she's not even a real threat from there because she rarely ever shoots mid-range jump shots. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I agree with that. But I'm saying some of the from what I've seen. I mean, I think they're both great passers. I just give the edge to CC because I think she's a better overall from every point of the floor, a better passer. Like
I
seeing
think
out of the double team, I just think she's better.
I think she better
I don't have a problem with
in
that,
general.
Cam. But
She better.
somebody had said that the gap was huge, and I was just making the case that even if you
I
think that
mean, low
Caitlin
key
is the
though,
better,
like
I don't think there's
Caitlin
a
damn near low key averaged 10 assists though, low key.
Yeah, that's
yeah
and
right now,
and
right now.
she getting blitzed at the three coming off the top of the key. So that's even harder pass to make coming
So
off the what you call it.
He
And
led.
some of those is paint touch passes she making.
He
hey,
led
so I
the
will say
league in
this though,
assists
Cam.
her rookie season.
Yeah, that's what I say. I equate a lot of that to this being Paige's rookie season and her still trying to figure out the W. That's why I brought up the stats from Caitlin's first 13 games as a rookie. Through the first 13 games, Caitlin is averaging 6 assists on the head, like 6.0, and through the first 13 games, Paige is averaging 5.8. So
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. The is not that big of a difference when we
Yeah, no, Paige
comparing them.
older.
Huh?
Paige older.
No, they're from the same high school class.
I'm saying Paige older though, he said.
No. If we talking about like literal age, I don't know what their birthdays are, but they graduated high school the same year. The only difference is
Let's
Paige chose to stay at UConn the extra year instead of she was supposed to come out last year, but she took a COVID year last year and stayed another year at UConn. But they came out of high school the exact same year.
I don't know, man. I get an edge to Caitlin though for the pass. I think just her play style, like she more of a like a floor general.
I don't disagree with that. Why I was making the case is because somebody said that the passing gap is like huge, and
Paige is skilled though, so she can make passes.
yeah, that's what I was getting at. I don't think the gap is
passing
crazy
gap
big.
is. I don't know if it's huge, but I do think there's a pretty.
It's glaring. It's
pretty
Yeah,
glaring.
that's what I was saying. That's
a
why I
little
was
bit of
making
a
the case
gap.
with the turnovers and all that because I don't think
pretty big gap. She
if
can
you want to
pass
say
that.
Caitlin's better, cool, but I don't think
Maybe that's why
gap-
she averaged more turnovers though, because Caitlin was just more of a passer. Period. Like she just more like.
Yeah, and that's why I crunch. That's why watch it. Some of those passes are they really. I can really say some of those are on the team really. But a lot of them are. She do have like these bonehead plays where she just does dumb stuff. But a lot of them.
She be making passes. Them girls ain't ready for them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You gotta take them risks when you Caitlin, like to try to, you know what I'm saying.
She be passing like a dude.
The defensive gap is large though. I can tell you that much. That's for sure. That's a damn sure.
I'm gonna keep it clean, man. People saying Paige better than Clark. I just don't agree. If you want to go back,
Not overall, no, I don't think so.
If you want to go back to college, Paige won what they call it, AP Player of the Year 2 years in a row. Led college basketball in scoring 2 years in a row.
You talking about Caitlin?
Yes, only played. I took a team like Iowa who only had one 4-star recruit. For them 2 years, they went to the championship game and took them to the championship game twice, and was the only team to beat South Carolina, who was undefeated at the time. And when she dinner dropped 40 on South Carolina, I just haven't seen Paige do that. Now, granted, Paige played for UConn. UConn kind of has a system. There isn't really a star on UConn. You kind of just play within the system. So you could say that.
So Paige wasn't a star?
Light. Yeah, she was a star, but they have a system though. Caitlin Clark was the system in Iowa.
So to rebuttal what you just said, firstly, we not gonna act like Iowa was some bum ass team when Caitlin was
Compared to
there.
UConn?
Iowa was in the Sweet 16 the year prior to Caitlin getting there.
When was the last time?
Iowa
Hold on. When was the last time Iowa went to a championship game before Kayla got there?
Going to the championship is irrelevant. I'm saying I'm not discrediting her taking them to the championship.
But
I'm
you
not
did the
discrediting her
dynasty
taking them
in
to the
like
championship. But you
in
were up here
one
talking
sport,
like
so you gotta
they were
give
the
them
last
that.
seeded
They
team in
both
the
came into two
NCAA.
completely different situations. I'm gonna be honest, bro. It's not even.
No.
That's
I'm
one
not.
thing.
I'm not disagreeing with. I'm not disagreeing with that
That's
point.
not even.
I'm not disagreeing with that point. But people, I'm saying the talent level or the whatever you talk about when
There's
between
definitely more talent on
teams
UConn.
are different. But I'm saying
Definitely more talent on
y'all
UConn,
be up
bro.
here talking like she was playing for some bum school. They were a Sweet 16 team before Caitlin got there.
Bro,
Bro
but
said
I
they was
promise you.
Sweet
I promise
16.
you.
Okay?
When
Iowa.
she got
Iowa.
there, they went to the championship twice in a row.
Like,
And
That's what
that's
he's saying.
understandable. But stop
Like her
talking like they
resume in
were.
college is unmatched. That's what he's trying to say.
But that's not the way that he presented it. He presented it as if they were a nobody
I never
school.
said that. I just said she was playing next to one
This is
four-star
this is
recruit.
what I don't like. I hate the whole. Well, she didn't win, Caitlin shit. I don't understand what that has to do with. I don't understand. Like, if you really break down circumstances and situations,
I think
it's
that people bring that point up is because in any conversation we've ever had about the word GOAT, it requires you to win something,
Yeah,
and a lot of the fans go.
so. Can you
circumstances
tell me
and
what year was
situations like you
Iowa
got to
supposed to?
overcome to become great. Like
What
that's what makes you great, overcoming them situations in them certain different
what
circumstances.
what year was Iowa supposed to win the national championship? Honestly, like,
What do you
man,
mean?
y'all my life.
What do you mean?
Like, what year could they have like team wise Iowa, not just Caitlin Clark? Would they beating South Carolina? Were they beating LSU?
I don't think people had them slated to beat any of those teams, but I'm saying
The hype that Clark had, yeah, it was some possibility.
yeah. But
LSU was deep though.
Well,
I was
what
so he
possibility?
didn't say it. He didn't say it verbatim, but that's the way I took it. If I
LSU had
took it
people at every
wrong,
position.
if
You
I took
could
it
be
wrong,
the
then
best
cool. But
player on the court and
Yo,
still not win though. You gotta know that.
Nah,
LSU was dominated almost every
brought that
position.
up just to
Yeah,
show
they had
like
people at every
Shorty was
I'm not
position.
gonna.
Shorty was
I'm not gonna
LSU
lie.
was
Had to be.
dominated at every position before.
LSU wasn't even deep, fam. They just got some
What?
crazy
Huh?
performances from people
Oh
that
my!
they like.
Come on,
Bro, look at the stats, bro.
No, they won.
What
They
was
won. They
what
won.
was
Niggas
LSU
averaging.
before?
Anissa Morrow,
I'm not.
Flau'jae. What are we
No,
talking
Anissa
They
about?
had
Morrow.
Haley Van Lith.
Haley Van Lith.
She's
What are we talking?
trash. What?
Nigga, what?
I'm
And
talking
he,
about. I'm
I
talking
mean,
about
that's
the year.
they.
I'm talking about the year that
Yeah,
they
nah,
played
Haley wasn't
LSU in
on
the
that team, bro.
championship.
You talking about 2022,
they
2023?
were definitely a better team that year.
LSU.
In what year?
When
You talking about
LSU
the?
beat when
Didn't they
LSU beat
only
Iowa,
beat?
they have
Didn't
more
they only
players.
beat? Like,
I'm saying that's where they
No, they
definitely
didn't.
could have won both
all right,
years.
name who
Like I
was on.
said,
Who
Name who
did
was
who
on.
did y'all know on LSU
that's what I'm talking about.
before?
LSU, the bench players coming having the 20-point games, bro.
Yeah,
Like they had
the year that
unsung
they won
heroes
that
in the
title,
game.
nah, they
the
was
year
deep.
that
They
they
was
won
deep.
that title, who did y'all know on
They was
LSU
deep.
besides
They
them?
was the biggest team in college and like women's college. Like they was going viral,
Yeah,
I
trending.
mean,
that was popularity crunch, but we talking about
yeah,
But I'm
skill.
saying that's just because they was that deep.
yeah.
No,
Notoriety
they
wasn't
was
always
going
everything.
viral because of the personality that Angel was on TikTok at the time and how big TikTok was.
Yeah,
They
but
weren't going.
then LSU, they remember Flo was rapping on the radio shows and all.
Yeah, that's personality. I'm saying
But
we
I'm
talking
saying
about
that's she only was on there
They was
on them
balling too,
shows because
though.
she was
No, they was
nice.
balling too on that court. They weren't just outside. Recent.
Flage
Bro, can y'all
But at the
as a
same
name?
time,
freshman.
I do kind of agree, like to some degree. Like I did kind of want to see Caitlyn. She really liked that. I want to see you win that, man.
She sent LSU home and dropped 40. I don't know what else you
You
wanted.
sent
You,
Paige
you
home
can
too.
you can only
I'm
carry a
confused on
team so far,
what
bro.
else you want her to do. I don't, like,
You can
No,
only.
a team is
no.
always going to beat one
We
player.
were well. I wasn't talking about her not being good or anything, but you asked the question about why do people always bring up her not winning, and I'm saying because a good chunk of her fan base or the women's basketball fan base in general try to put a GOAT label on her. And before Clark, can anybody answer me the question? When did we ever call anybody a GOAT at any level of any sport if that person had not won anything?
No, I mean
Yeah.
I don't think Caitlin Clark is the GOAT when it comes to women's college basketball, but she's definitely top 10 for
But
sure.
somebody asked the question though, or somebody made the statement that they don't like when people say she didn't win.
She's
I
the
was telling
all-time
them,
leading scorer for
Saying,
women's
I'm
like,
not
college.
I was just telling them that's why it's often brought up that she don't win because people try to put that label on her.
Now,
I'm
granted,
not
when
gonna
she
lie.
went to both of
You
those
can say
championship
that, bro.
games, she was out. That Iowa was just outmatched, and she tried everything she could. She just couldn't. They couldn't pull it off.
If you look at the Iowa stat sheet, bro, it'll read like 6 points, 7 points, then 40 fucking points, 10 assists,
There was no
5 rebounds.
contribution
In
for her.
that,
Like, I
listen,
don't know what
in
y'all
that
wanted her to
elite,
do.
in that elite 8 game versus LSU the next year, nigga, if she didn't drop 40, they would have lost, bro. Like if she would have only dropped 30, they would have literally lost the game.
We
Like
not
they,
disagreeing with
Yeah,
that.
like
yeah, she for sure carried.
she
I'm just
really
saying
a team carrier, bro. Like she known for that shit. The Fever missed the playoffs 8 years in a row, and as soon as she get there, they off to the
And
like
see
that's what she
that's
known
where
for.
I disagree
we
with that.
have this separation in opinions again because
Yeah,
the way you just said that it came off as though you were trying to say that they were
I'm
just
familiar with the Fever.
in the past years, yes, were they terrible, but the year
Yes.
before Caitlyn got there, they missed the playoffs by 4 games.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
only
I'm not gonna lie.
13
I'm not
games,
gonna lie.
bro.
they
I'm
proceeded
not
to
saying
miss the
she.
playoffs,
Aren't
though,
there like
bro.
only
But
16 teams
I'm
or
saying
something?
they so
13
listen, when I
games.
say they missed the playoffs by 4 games, Caitlyn came and they increased their wins by like 6 or 7 games. So stop acting like she
That's a
turned the
pretty large
like
sample
did she
size. I
get them to
will
Did
the
she
say.
playoffs?
literally
Yes,
did?
but like
No,
But
nigga, she was just a missing piece, bro.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like people be acting like basically what I'm getting at if the way their team was constructed at that point in time, had they got a decent like facilitating point guard, they probably could have still got in the playoffs. But y'all be acting like that she came and did what like Bron did with Cleveland or something, or like what Melo did with the
I
Nuggets.
wouldn't say
No,
that.
post
Nah,
All
but it's
Star
like
break, the
I'm
Fever
saying
was
that's
the
how I be when y'all be making the statements like that. That's how I be taking it. The way that y'all be
it,
putting emphasis on
Can
certain
I ask you
parts
a
of it.
question, KG? Because it sounds like whatever with Caitlyn. So we're saying we're praising Caitlyn because she came in and led a team that didn't make the playoffs for 8 years into the playoffs. She was a big key piece, right? So
Yeah.
if we talk about that, we talk about that. But so why are you talking about Paige, who isn't? I mean, she's putting up points, but they're trash.
Paid, and that's what I'm saying. The scenarios are different. Caitlyn went to
I will
and
agree
when
with
we talk,
that.
listen,
Other than
when we
Enrique, Dallas is trash.
No, no,
yeah,
no.
that's what I'm saying. When we talk about
Dallas is
and
trash
not too much on
listen, so
Enrique,
when we
dog.
talk
Not
about
too much.
team, I mean
Besides Enrique and
skill
Paige,
sets and
all in
what
all.
people do for team in terms of like floor raising. If Paige had, in my honest opinion, if Paige had gone to a team that had some serviceable pieces, then I think she could have gotten them to the playoffs. But she went to Dallas, who was dead last or either right before dead last in terms of the standings last year.
I'm,
Caitlyn
I'm
went to a team that was 4 games away from the playoffs, bro. That's what I'm
K,
saying. If
KG.
Paige
I'm not
went
gonna
to
lie.
somewhere that was and they can't control that, so I can't fault her for that. But I'm
K,
saying if Paige, in my honest opinion, had gone somewhere in a similar scenario where the team was only a few games removed from the playoffs, I think Paige's play from what she's displayed would have elevated them to a playoff spot. That's what I'm saying.
KG. I'm not gonna lie. This current season, Dallas Wings, they a mirror match of the 2024 Fever. I'm not gonna lie. You want me to tell you?
They not.
Yes, they
Nah,
are.
bro. They don't
Yes,
have
they
an
are.
elite Boston, my
No, they
nigga.
don't.
Bro,
They are
they so
Lexi
weak in the
Hall,
post,
elite
Lexi
fam.
Hall,
roster. What elite
Lexi
roster?
Hall, Lexi Hall, and her defensive capabilities is like a mirror match to Dejanay Carrington. Kelsey Mitchell is Enrique.
Oh, you're talking about skill sets?
Yeah, I'm talking about like a mirror match.
That's
They
not what I'm
close.
talking about, Curtis. If you want to say that, cool. But I'm talking about
Yeah,
a team that had all stars, a couple all stars on it. The Fever did before Caitlyn got there, and they were a team who had been together, meaning that they had played some years together, or whatever the case, to be familiar with each other's talent. This team that and they were also 4 games removed, 4 or 5 games removed from a playoff spot. This team that Paige went to in Dallas, they are newly constructed. Everybody just got traded over there. I think Enrique and a few of those people are like maybe 1 or 2 people are like the only ones that was on the team last year. So
Yeah,
it's newly
now.
constructed,
Can I
meaning they're
can I
not familiar with each other's games, and
This is the
Dallas is
vet.
also
We
can
dead
talked
I
about
ask
last
the
or
can
right
I
before
ask
dead
can I
last.
ask can I ask one question though?
Go ahead.
So I know how you did it because NBA and college is two different things, right? WNBA and college is two different things.
Yeah.
When CC was on Iowa, she elevated that team and carried them all the way to a championship. So why are the Dallas Wings rising? I'm confused. What are we talking about?
We talking about
Say again. I didn't hear you.
two different
So
scenarios.
CC is carrying. She carried Iowa, lifted her team up, right? The talent around her wasn't stacked like that. Is that fair to say? When she was
Yeah,
at Iowa,
Of
and then
course.
she beat top
Yeah.
teams and led that team to the championship, right?
yeah.
Yeah, there's a difference between the best woman in the
Oh,
world
you trying to make the
Yeah.
that's not the same thing.
That's
college.
If this was
Uh,
college and Paige was doing the same thing, then yeah, we could make that argument.
and no,
But
I'm
this is
talking
not
about
college.
elevating your team and elevating them over because you're saying the roster is so
Yeah,
trash,
she
but
was
it's another.
already doing that before she got to the W. She
I'm
just kept.
saying I can if that's the case, I can make cases about why she didn't elevate why Caitlyn didn't elevate her trash high school team to the championship, but Paige elevated her trash high
She
school
won
team.
2 state championships, bro. What are you talking about?
What happened?
What do you mean? What do you mean she didn't elevate her?
Caitlyn's never
What?
won a championship
yeah.
at any level she's played at.
Yeah.
She
She
also
ain't won
had
no
to play
chip.
on top tier teams
But that's
too,
what I'm
KG.
getting at though. So your point in saying that's what I'm saying.
But that's
Your point in saying
championship
that
shouldn't be the outlier. That's what I'm saying. That shouldn't be an outlier of how good of a player you are.
I didn't
That's what
say
I'm
it
saying.
was. He asked he made the point about them being mirror people, and I was saying if we talking about skill sets, that's cool, but we're not gonna sit here and act like they went to similar situations because they didn't. One team, even though they were in, if you want to call it a rebuild or whatever, they
No,
were in the stage of their
I
rebuild
think.
where they were a piece or two away from being a contending team,
I think.
considering the fact that they were 4 or
I think
5
they
wins
put
away
you in
from
a
being in the playoffs.
situation.
Where
He's not you, KG, but I just get this discourse because I like both players, but I just keep hearing this discourse with Caitlyn. It's like, oh, she's not a winner. Angel won, Paige won, but people don't add the context to any of that.
I think that's unfair too.
oh well, no, I'm not saying that.
Listen,
I was just talking to his point about the team similarity.
like
Yeah, that's all I'm. Yeah, that's all
no
I'm saying.
shit.
Is like I hate
I think
that
that's stupid.
discourse.
Cause she can.
Oh, you
She's
didn't
not a winner.
win.
Fuck out of here. She's won games, bro. Look at the team she took to the chip twice. She just can't get over the hump of getting the championship.
Yeah, and
That's
I'm not the person to make that argument against her because I'm a Westbrook
I mean, I
Westbrook
don't even
fan.
like that. As far
And
as
I know
that's
a
topic.
lot of people was on his head when he averaged that triple double about him not winning. But if you go look at the numbers, 75% of the time that Westbrook averaged a triple double,
One.
they won the games. He just
Yeah.
didn't do well in the playoffs. Like so I won't say he not a winner because of it.
No,
So I
yeah.
won't make that argument against
Well,
her.
so you see,
No,
you
we
see how they
call them
say,
glorified losers. We just call them glorified losers. Like
you
we
see
got
how in the
guys like
comments
Bron.
people say,
Hold on though, Cam
oh,
Bees.
go.
You got guys like Bron. You know what I'm saying? He can get there. He can't, but he lose it. He a glorified loser.
Oh,
So it's
Bron
like
has
it ain't
won though.
taking nothing away.
huh?
But this the thing. Nah, but he lost 6. So it's like we not taking nothing
That's it.
away from Caitlyn or
Bro,
taking
went
nothing
to
away
the
from
finals for
Bron.
like a
They
decade.
just can't get over the hump. But
And
my
then let's
bad.
be real, bro. The game that they play LSU in the championship, bro. You had shorties off of LSU's bench dropping 22.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, and then the next year, I ain't gonna lie, the next year against South Carolina, that was just terrible game plan. If the shorty make 3 threes, like bitch, at some point you have to step out and guard it. But the year that they lost against LSU, that was just like a
Hey, Master. Hey,
crazy
William.
situation. Like they got
So
performances.
what did LSU do when Angel Reese left? If you don't mind me asking.
When they left, when Angel Reese left,
When Angel Reese got drafted, what did LSU do? Did they
I
make
mean
like what it?
they was still good.
Yeah, they
Okay.
still
Did they make the Final Four? Did they go Sweet
No, I think they
16?
got put out in the elite
I think they won
eight, I
Elite
think.
Eight.
Okay.
Angel was like that in college. I'm not gonna lie. She had more
Right.
pieces.
So we know who we see who was the reason. You know what I'm saying?
No, she wasn't the reason. She was the fourth
Oh,
leading scorer when they
yeah,
won the
that's
tip.
not. That's
No.
not crazy.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Nah.
Don't do
Let's
that.
not do that,
She was
bro.
She was the
fourth leading
Finals
scorer.
MVP or
She
whatever.
was the
They
fourth
call
leading
it.
scorer
One
in
of
that
the
specific game. But if we talking about the
Right.
totality of that playoff run, they got there on Angel's back. Don't do that.
Come on, bro. This
no,
nigga Curtis,
hold
bro.
on.
What is your definition of
I'm
on
saying
your back? Like I'm confused.
The definition on your back is when you win the when you win the
better
MVP or the tournament. That's the
That's
definition on
for
your
I'm
back.
saying if we read the stat sheet though, we can see who
Right,
had
that's
more
for the
help.
best player. Cam, what you talking about, my nigga?
If we read the stat sheet, we can see who had more
Niggas
help.
don't add no context, bro. Niggas just chatting,
Right,
bro.
bro.
Just
No,
chatting,
Now
bro.
you got it. What's the context? I
Angel was balling
mean,
in college.
Niggas can
yeah,
score the
she was
most points
balling.
on the best team,
Yeah,
and the
but
other
check,
motherfucker could literally
check-
lead his team in everything, and they'll say he was the best player. I don't understand. Like I don't get it. What are you
but
talking
check this.
about?
But check this out.
You can't tell me you looked at LSU and was like, oh shit, Angel carried this. Like, come on, bro.
Yes,
Let's
I
be real,
did.
bro.
I
I
did.
did
I
because she
did.
averaged.
Yeah, I
No,
did.
you.
This is Cam. This is why
She was
she
doing
averaged
everything on
23.
the floor,
She
bro.
averaged
You going
23.
off this TikTok shit, bro.
Hold
We
on,
actually
Chris.
watching
No,
the
I'm going
game.
Hold
off
on,
of
Chris.
using my
Let me talk to
eyeballs,
him real
my
quick.
nigga. What are we
Cam,
talking
so
about?
this is what I'm going off as a person who actually I'm not saying you didn't watch, but as a person who did watch, Angel, and I'm looking at the stats right now, but I just to refresh, but she averaged 23 points and 15 rebounds, and if you watch the offense ran through Angel Reese. She had a point guard there who would set her up, but more times than not, there wasn't a possession on that floor, made or not made, that the ball did not touch Angel's hands. Who the defense schemed for, that they game planned against?
Oh my
Angel.
fuck. So who carried that team more, Angel or Caitlin?
What happened?
Who carried that team more, Angel or Caitlin?
Bro, Kalen, bro.
You said or Kate, man, bro.
Man,
It's
what?
Caitlyn,
Man,
bro.
what?
It was
Because I
Kalen,
want to.
bro.
I want. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. You better get. Go ahead. Who carried that team more?
You asking me?
No, Chris. Who carried that team more? You gonna say Angel? Why? Right.
I'm answering that dumbass question, bro.
But you said she carried, so I'm just
And
asking.
somebody who won, you gotta give me a winner. Like she lost, it don't matter. Like she
See. That's
lost,
the
bro. It don't
discourse.
It's
matter.
That's
crazy,
the
bro.
discourse.
It
There you
don't
go.
matter. She
I
lost.
ain't gonna
Like
lie,
it
he
don't
chatting
matter.
right now. It don't
That's the
matter.
discourse, bro.
It don't matter if she won or it
Yeah,
don't
like
matter
you
if she
see,
won or
bro.
lost. She
Bro,
got
you
she got
see,
to the
bro.
championship game 2
Yo,
years in a
niggas
row.
He
crazy.
asking who carried a team who obviously lost. Like, come on, bro. That's like who
Yeah,
had
don't
who
You,
do
carried.
Oh
hey,
my god.
you
Like,
know,
what the hell?
So when
you
LeBron
know,
was
you know,
hold on, wait. So
colleges.
when LeBron was taking those trash Cavs teams to the finals, it don't matter because he lost.
About
Oh
that.
my
Yeah,
I'm
go
just
Like
on,
that's
big
that's
bro.
I find that
nobody
crazy though.
cares.
People just
Like,
only
go
care
on,
about
get rid of it.
the championship. You know, colleges hang up banners for Final Four appearances. They hang up whole banners for Final Four
Well,
appearances.
Cam, if you asking
Right.
me,
The
I'll tell
NBA
you
give
too.
out trophies for Western Conference Finals. Who
If we
cares?
Yes,
if we
like
talk
because it
about
Who
means
who
something.
cares?
Now it didn't used
if
to.
we
Who
talk
cares
about
about that
between the
shit?
two of them who had the most responsibility for their respective teams,
Caitlin.
Caitlyn, and I don't think it's an argument for that. But we not gonna act like the responsibility that Angel had for LSU was non-existent, because it wasn't as great as the responsibility
Nah, we
that
got here. We
Caitlyn
speaking
had.
to my page.
We not saying that. We just saying
This is
Angel
the
has
thing. If
people to lean
Caitlyn
on.
has a bad game, they weren't winning. If Angel Reese has a bad game, LSU could still possibly
That's
win.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
I won't disagree with that.
we not saying Angel ain't had
But
no responsibility.
in
Okay,
that
that's her fault. I mean,
but
shit.
in that playoff
Oh,
run
what?
though.
What is he talking about?
That's her fault. That if she
Hey,
plays
I know
bad,
y'all love the
she
white.
will
Hey,
lose.
Rashawn, I know you
Bro,
love the white woman, bro. Hold
does
on,
that
y'all. I
have to?
love it. Everything I say against a white woman, you gotta
There you
But
go.
damn, bro,
Bro,
like chill. What is he talking about? Like, what is he?
Because you
I'm
keep
giving you
on
my
because
opinion, bro. I
because
know
you
you
keep
gotta
on trying
respond.
to.
Damn,
I don't
bro.
understand how you
Every
can.
time I say something, this dude gotta say something behind me,
Because
bro. Give me my opinion.
every single thing you're saying is just well, she didn't win, so you minimize everything she's done. Like, oh, well,
Yeah,
she didn't
okay,
win.
she lost, bro.
She didn't win. You keep reiterating the same statement, and it's just ignorant because just because she didn't
It's
win
annoying you. I understand.
doesn't
It's
mean that
scratching
I'd
your
she
rather be
didn't
nerve.
Allen
carry her
Iverson and
team
Robert
to
Horry
a
for
championship
You knew
game.
that when he came up here though, because he said something about what did you call him? Some kind of loser or something. What did you say? He talked like
He said we don't glorify losers.
yeah, we don't
Yeah, oh
glorify.
yeah,
Yeah, so
glorified
that should have
loser.
told you
Yeah.
where his mindset was when he got up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a question for Chris. Would you rather be Allen Iverson or Robert Horry then?
Would I rather be? I'd rather be Robert Ory.
wow.
Hell no.
We lying now. We lying now. We lying
You
now.
just stop
I
taking
mean,
me
I'd
serious.
rather be a winner. I would be a winner, bro. I mean, maybe y'all losing. That's why y'all maybe not making nowhere in life, bro.
Bro, you do.
You know what I'm saying? That's why a
you
lot of
do.
y'all, KG, you might not get nowhere in
Bro,
life,
you
bro.
do.
You may
You
be a
do.
loser
Bro,
all your
You
life.
now you sound like
understand.
Rashad
This the
McCants
thing,
when Hill
KG.
asked him
You
about
may
that.
want the popular. Hold on, you may be the popular kid. You may be everybody know you, but you may not get nowhere in life, bro, because you ain't got that
You
winning
do
mentality.
understand that, bro. Like, it's a team sport, right? It's not boxing.
Exactly, right.
It's not
right. I
boxing. So,
understand
like,
that
if
for sure.
Caitlyn goes and she drops 40
Life.
in a championship game and they lose, she did her part. It's not boxing. It's a team sport.
Right.
I'd rather be a role player.
It's way more context to losing as a team than losing a one-on-one sport.
As an individual.
Okay.
I don't know why I don't get your logic, but okay.
I didn't know that,
Vince
bro.
with
I
a
didn't
gold
know that.
ring.
Thank you for letting me know that, bro. I didn't know that.
Because you
didn't
look
know
at
that.
it's not that black and white. Oh, well, she didn't win, so that's the end of it. Like, it doesn't. That's not how sports work, bro.
Yeah. like I said, bro, I know y'all love the white woman, so I can't really argue with y'all
All right,
about
brother,
certain
polite. We
things.
holla at you, G.
I know you love the white woman, and I know you strike a nerve, bro. I
All
know
right,
it
brother,
struck a
polite.
nerve, but at the end of the day, bro, she lost, bro. Like
We know that she lost, man.
I know it's gonna
You
strike a
see, you got a
nerve,
Drake.
Rachel. You
You got
know,
a Drake
I
picking this
understand.
shit.
Guapo, I know it's striking a nerve, bro, but I'm just being
Her
honest,
losing
man.
though,
You know.
Bro, the
I'm
nigga in your picture's
I'm
half
on the
white.
Angel
Look,
Reese side
exactly.
of
Hey, they'll go far to justify the
so
lose.
so Chris,
I
her
never seen people who glorify losing. Maybe I'm just
Chris,
not
so
around
so what I'm
losers.
telling you is, so like if you
Maybe
ever
you
heard
know.
me in any other lives, I'm on usually on the Angel Reese side of things or whatever, or the Paige Becker side of things. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like Caitlyn isn't Caitlyn Clark. Her losing doesn't put her in, like, if we want to talk about, we can compare her to white people or black people. We'll go. I'm looking at LSU right now, Alexis Morris, or we'll go Haley Van Lith from. Wait, Alexis Morris has a championship. We'll go Chloe Kitts from South Carolina. That's a white girl, just so you know. In no way, shape, or form would anybody at any like level of basketball knowledge would tell you, are either one of those players on Caitlin Clark's level, or did they somehow have a edge above Caitlin because they won championships and Caitlin didn't? They were never the player that Caitlin was at any aspect of basketball, high school, college, and well, Chloe hadn't got to the pros yet, but even when she does, she won't be Caitlin Clark. So her losing is irrelevant. If we talking about comparing her to people who are stars, cool, and you want to give the star an edge because they won a championship, cool. But we not gonna act like her losing was the end all be all, because the championships mean something when we compare two players of skill, bro. That Robert Ory thing that you just what you call, I'm not giving nobody like Robert Ory credit for being better than somebody like AI or Tracy McGrady because they didn't win no rings. That's just asinine, bro.
Right. But KG, you see how you just did your whole soliloquy and I didn't say nothing. Do you mind giving me the same respect, brother?
Go ahead.
When I speak. Okay, so yeah, I wasn't saying that other players was better than Caitlin Clark just because she didn't win. I just said she a glorified loser, you know, and that just is what it is, man. You know, and if we look at that game that we're talking about, that was the most viewed. I think that was the most viewed women's basketball game ever. So if she would have won that game, that would have changed her life. And I was rooting for her, bro. I was like, bro, get it done, you know, because obviously, you know, everybody was saying Caitlin Clark. I was rooting for her, but she could never get it done, bro. Then the next year, the same thing happening. So it's just a routine, bro. You know, you can say, oh, this AI. Come on, Ray Sean, bro. Don't do me like that, bro.
You chatting. I
Come
can't
on, bro. I give you the respect, bro, as a man. It hurt you that bad, bro. Come on, man. Hold on, y'all. I wasn't finished, bro. Come on, bro. And now I'm not gonna be that long, man. Come on, man.
Go.
But jeez, you didn't threw me off, bro. But this is my thing, man. Yeah, it just keep happening again and again and again. And we seeing it in the WNBA. She have the talent. KG, since you said, or whoever said, oh well, look at that LSU team and look at the Colorado. So look at the Sky team and look at the Fever team. Who carrying more of the weight now? Because I mean, Fever, she do got a #1 pick with Aaliyah Boston. You know what I'm saying? She got great she got great players around her, bro. I mean, Angel Reese just lost Kennedy Clark. So I mean, who carrying most of the load now if y'all watch or if y'all just go off TikTok? So it's like she just can't get the job done. So it's like, and I'm gonna pass it all right to y'all, Curtis, even though I gave KG respect as a man.
My fault.
But nah, it ain't no my fault, bro. But look though,
OVO Chris.
But look, hey Ray Sean, bro, come on, man. Like, come on, bro. Jeez, man. I'm not trying to get disrespectful, but jeez, bro, I slap shit out you. But when it come to Caitlin Clark, it's like, what is she doing now? What is she doing now in the WNBA? She not winning. So I mean, it's a routine with her, bro. That's all.
It's her second year in the league. What are you talking about?
What
She got the guys.
She's winning more than Angel.
She got the teammates around her though. You talking about y'all didn't get Angel Reese a pass? Hold on, Ray Sean. When Angel Reese missing layups. Hold on though, because you interrupted me though, bro. When Angel Reese missing layups, y'all say it's her second
and you said you would slap me, so I'm not about to let you talk. Ain't nobody man.
That's a good question though, low key though. I kind of, because when it comes to
Right.
Angel
Now it's her
Reese,
second season.
when it comes to the Angel Reese, do y'all say it's her second season when she be missing them layup?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Y'all
Oh, okay.
don't watch the
Okay.
Angel
y'all
I
Reese
clearly
do.
don't
suck
watch the
though.
Yeah, you
WNBA
got
game.
Angel,
They
Angel
all miss
Reese,
layups.
Angel Reese
They
missing
all
Hey,
layups.
miss
Chris, it seems like it's a
layups.
double
Caitlin Clark's
standard,
actually
bro.
playing well.
Fastest to
And you know
600
it's
points
that
and
white
600
woman, man.
rebounds though in WNBA history
You
though.
know,
I
I've
mean,
been
you know, they
talking.
probably look up
It's
the RG3.
it's
Second
not
year.
like
I
Drake's on
can't
a
speak for
white
them,
Say,
Chris,
son.
let me
but
chill.
I always advocate for good
Fastest
I
to
teams.
don't know,
600
bro.
points and 600
Bro, just
rebounds.
looking. I just
Drake's
can't
son
take
is
the
I'm
white.
Angel
They
Reese
trolling,
call
y'all.
him
I'm
serious,
white
because
man.
trolling, man.
So
we
you
ain't
look
bagging
at
on
shit
it, but
like,
like
oh, well, if you don't win, it don't matter. Like, so
Hey,
when
that's
Bron,
how
so
I know
When
it's
did
Bron,
winning not becoming winning not matter though? When?
exactly.
So when Bron in
You can't be an
2007,
all-time great and not be a
Bron
winner.
in
Man,
'07, he
Sorry, you
shot
got to
over
win
he
something to
trying to
be an
50. He got
defend
all-time
30.
great,
losing.
bro.
Oh,
Sorry,
I be on live defending
she can't
Caitlin
mention
Clark.
all-time
I ain't
greats if she ain't
defending
won
her.
nothing.
You talking
I
about
mean,
oh
That speed that wasn't a
She's
conversation
not.
for
She's
me.
not.
I
She's
don't
not in the
you
criteria
don't
of
have to
Cheryl
We
Miller.
win
that
to be
wasn't
in the
that wasn't
She's
the
not in there
conversation
with Cheryl
speed.
Swoops, but her fans and everybody
nobody
keep saying
said
she's
she
one of the
was.
greatest. She's a
Nobody
she's not
said
an
she
she's the
was.
GOAT
all-time
of
great
college
yet.
You're
basketball. That's
you
chatting.
not
don't have to
that's
win to be
that's
in the
y'all
in the
that say she's the GOAT.
finals.
No,
Who is
no,
y'all?
nobody
gotta
up
have
here
Caitlin
said
one.
that.
Clark
One of
fans.
Nobody
them.
up here said that.
Caitlin
Nobody
Clark
up here
fans.
said that.
I
That's the
think she's
narrative.
I'm not
That's the
gonna lie.
narrative though for her though.
That's
So
not a
Caitlin Clark,
narrative.
AI
Caitlin
who you
did
Clark,
it and
created?
win,
We're
but he
just
still
Caitlin
debunking it,
ain't
Clark,
bro.
regardless of
Don't
story.
get
winning or
mad at
not,
me.
Fuck
Don't
is
get
one of
mad
the
that.
at
best
me.
women's college basketball
She's not
players
better
to
than
ever
Breanna
play.
Can
Stewart in
I
college.
talk to
Stop,
Chris real
bro.
Matter.
speed real quick?
She's not.
No, hold on. I think
So
she's in that
Never said she
combo.
was. You're chatting.
I don't
speed.
care.
Nobody up here gave her that nod.
Okay,
So
well,
Nobody.
I
so
got a
when you
question
saying
for
about
you.
narratives,
The
narratives
number.
only
Hold
got
on. The females numbers that she broke. The all time numbers. Who was the female? She that she broke. Who was the female? Name her.
In
it was
record
Lynette.
timing,
For
I
the
forget her
most
last name.
points, all that. Who was the female that numbers that she broke? Who
I
was
want to
it?
say
Kelsey Plum, wasn't
Lynette
it?
Woodard is her
Was it
name.
Plum? It was either Plum or Mitchell.
If you
So who
if
was
you
that?
want to say
Hold on.
Kelsey
Who?
Plum, then yeah,
Hold on, bro. Hold
Kelsey
on, bro.
Plum had the
Hold
It was
on,
a
bro.
black
NCAA
woman.
record. But
Hold
if you
on,
talking
bro.
about the black lady, it
Hold
was
on, bro.
Lynette
Now,
Woodard.
whoever said Plum was the best college player ever. Whoever
You
said that
didn't
when
say
she broke
that.
the record? Did anybody say that when she
Oh,
broke the record?
no, I never
You didn't
heard
say
nobody
that she.
ever
Okay,
say
You
so
that.
didn't say she was the best ever.
why does Clark get a pass then?
Wait, hold
Because
on.
wait,
Nobody up here
first
said
off,
Plum was the
Nobody
No,
best
up
no,
here
ever.
ain't
said
no
that.
hold
Speed.
on. Answer that question though, bro. Ain't no hold on, bro. Y'all ain't even answer
Because
my man
I
question.
will. I will.
because
Now,
Clark is
Okay, okay,
more
okay.
popular.
Cause
yes,
she's what?
exactly.
Oh, she more
That doesn't
popular.
make her a
Okay,
better
okay.
player though.
And
Oh,
She's
so
Can I
she
not
she
can I
more
popular.
answer the
Did
question?
say she
commercialized.
but,
was.
but,
Okay.
but
Can
wait
I
though,
answer
we
the
talking
question,
about
bro?
Cause
the
she was
goat.
playing Angel Reese. Okay, okay.
We
Hold
talking about the
on.
goat
So
combo
Chris and
though.
Speed, bro,
Being
listen.
popular is a part of that criteria of being the goat, my nigga.
Hold
It
on,
just
Master Will. So Speed, we already had this conversation, bro, and we came to the conclusion that nobody up here on this panel was saying that she was the GOAT due to the fact that she did
That's
whatever she
cool.
did
But
in college. So hold on,
why
hold on,
wasn't
Speed,
nobody
hold on,
saying
bro.
Plum was the best
Nah,
female though?
That's
Like
cool.
people
That's
saying
cool. But
Clark
I'm
was.
saying
Hey,
when
hold
we
on.
having a
That's what I'm
conversation,
asking.
Because
Speed,
we did it.
when
yeah,
we
they be
having a
saying Clark
conversation,
the
bro,
goat right now
I'm
though.
we
asking a
can't talk
question.
about narratives if nobody up here agrees
Who
with the
said
narrative, bro.
that?
you want to talk about narratives, but
Hold on. I
nobody up
got you,
there.
KG. So
Bruh,
KG,
y'all
bro,
niggas not
these
listening,
dudes
bro.
be
I literally
lying, bro.
I think she's in
Bro,
that
y'all be
combo.
saying
The
Caitlin
goat
Clark the
combo.
best player in the league. Why y'all
No,
Who said
lying?
Who
that?
Bro,
said
you
that?
Bro, y'all be
nobody up
lying,
here
bro.
said that.
Who
now
We
said
we
okay.
are
that?
not them niggas that was in the
Ain't no
comments
wait.
last
No, I'm talking
video.
about y'all niggas, bro.
We never
Bro, now
said
y'all
When did
messed
that.
each
anybody
That's a
other.
say that?
question that can't be answered though.
Oh, come
Don't
on.
be your
Go
Y'all
ahead,
Chris.
did.
man. Go
Nobody
Y'all
said
ahead.
did
Because
that.
say that.
nobody
Go
posed
Y'all
that.
Why
did
ahead.
say
didn't
that.
Plum
Court,
get the
I
Chris,
ain't gonna
same
go
Chris,
fight
treatment when
y'all
she
niggas
broke
been
the record,
lying.
bro?
You
Why
making a
didn't Plum
strong
get
Y'all
the
did.
same
argument.
treatment?
No, I just
Hold
decided y'all
on.
did say that.
Speed is making a
That's all
strong
I'm asking.
argument.
wait,
Who said
Court, who
that?
said that?
Why
Who said
wasn't
that she should
anybody
be
I
the the
bringing
said
GOAT?
up
that.
Plum that
Ray
way
Sean
though?
said that. I remember he
That's
said
all
Oh,
I'm
that.
Nobody
asking.
okay.
didn't.
Well, I'm about to say Nah,
He
I
said
never said
that
that.
shit, bro. I remember that
No,
shit.
I didn't.
I remember you
When?
said something along them lines, Joe.
When did I
You
say
want us
that?
to argue? You want us to argue a point nobody up
Who
here
the
made?
best? Who was the best rookie last year in the league, Rayshawn?
Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin
See?
Clark.
Okay, dumbass.
That was a fact. I never said she was the best player in the league.
Bro, you saying that she's
Like
the
what the world?
best, like in her whole draft class. What has she done?
She was
She
the
was the
best
best.
She was
player.
the best
What
in
has
draft
she
class.
done?
Year
Was she
2,
not the
We
best
talking about the
player?
rookie year.
Oh,
She had
not,
2 triple doubles.
bro,
She had 2
Curtis, bro.
rookie
You
triple
gonna make
doubles,
me,
nigga. What you talking
bro.
about?
So who was
Bro,
the
I'm
best
Hold
rookie
on,
What
last
has
year?
anyone in that draft
Chris,
class
what are you
done?
Wait,
Wait,
hold
asking?
on,
wait,
hold on,
wait,
wait,
wait.
wait.
Was she
Let's
was she
clarify. Let's
not the best
clarify real
rookie
quick.
last year?
Chris,
Wait a minute.
what are you
Because I
asking,
think you
bro?
This
Are
confusing.
you
dude
Hold on, hold
Curtis
on,
asking?
bro.
Are you
just,
asking us who was
Bro, no.
Who
Hold
was
on,
the
hold on.
best
Let me
rookie
ask
last
OVO.
year?
Caitlin.
Hold on. Let me ask OVO something. Because you making
The most
arguments. You
And
want us to
nobody
argue a point
said.
we never made. Who who said she was the best player in the league up here? Who said that?
bro.
Nobody.
like nobody said that. Now
Okay,
I
so
can say
What the
that
I'm
hell are
not
you
talking
talking
about
Caitlin
about?
this
don't have
live,
votes
bro.
for
I'm not talking
knowledge.
about this live,
Why are
bro.
you
I'm
bringing
talking
up
about
shit from
past
another
so
live?
live.
Why
I
are you
can't
in this
speak for
live?
anything that
Past
was
live,
said.
Yeah,
because
Rashawn
y'all
know
the
what he
same
said, bro.
people.
I
Yeah,
never
y'all the
said that.
same people, gang.
He said
Re-
he knew what he
Who?
said,
Wait,
bro.
who?
I
Rayshawn
never
them?
said Katie was the best player. When did I say that?
He knew what you said, bro. And you said it's not close between her and Paige, right?
I never said that either. Nigga, I just said
You
in the
just said
comments
that
it
on
was
this one.
close.
Who's there, boy?
Man.
Now, Crunch, I will say when he said it wasn't close, I remember him talking about the passing. I don't remember him talking
Yes,
about
niggas
like
be hearing what they want.
yeah. I don't know. I remember him saying
And
like
the
a,
pass
like
is
an overall
the pass is
overall
Ray
play.
Sean,
I
hold on.
remember
You
him
said
saying
be
passing.
even, to be
I
honest
got
with
you.
you.
Hey, Rashawn,
The
so can I
passing
ask you
is
this?
not
Who the
even.
best
It is
passer? If
equal.
you
The
don't
numbers
mind.
show it. What are you talking about?
Hold on, y'all, real quick.
Numbers
I just
don't
want to
show.
ask a quick question, Squappo. Hey, Rashawn, who the best passer in the WNBA?
Right now, probably Alyssa Thomas.
Okay. I'll
Somebody.
say I'll probably say Atkins or something, but okay.
Atkins.
Please stop putting
So
words in
Ray
my
Sean, who
mouth.
you think
I
better
never said
between
that.
Caitlyn and Paige though?
You Crunch, you just annoyed me because you literally just read before you invited everybody up here. You literally read one of my comments where I literally said that Paige was more skilled and it was close. You just lied.
Oh, but you said being more skilled don't make you better though.
I said that, but I also said in the same comment that it's close. And now you just putting words in my mouth.
Hey,
All right, I'll fuck
Rashawn,
with
this
you.
my
I'll fuck
last
with
question.
you. I'll fuck with you.
Who the face of the WNBA? This is my last question, Rashawn.
Right now?
Right now.
Probably Asia Wilson.
Okay. It's Caitlin Clark.
It's Caitlin Clark.
The face though?
Okay.
Hold on, so you say Asia Wilson? Is Asia Wilson the
the
face though?
I mean, Caitlin's
Hell
more
no.
popular, but if I was trying to go Asia Wilson.
Yeah,
What do you
I mean,
face?
Curtis the one that be he the one. Curtis.
What do you all consider the face?
What about
Curtis?
Angel?
Talking about Caitlin Clark.
Does the face mean
Who really bringing
does
the
the face
right
mean
name
to
in,
you? Hold on, I got a
When
question.
they trying to sell something and they put somebody's face on the billboard,
yeah, that's what I'm
They
asking.
gonna put
Curtis.
Angel. They gonna
I
put
see Angel Reese, nigga.
Angel.
Angel Reese, nigga. Yes.
So them $1 billion media rights deals, all these viewership deals.
I'm talking about what I see, bro. I seen Angel Reese with the McDonald's.
I'm
shit,
talking about
you know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about ink to paper, my nigga.
No, when
I'm
you
talking
said
about sales.
when you said if they put
If you
somebody's
talking
face
about
on the
faces,
billboard,
are
if
y'all
they put
talking
somebody's
about
face on, hey look, if they put somebody's face on the billboard, who face you want to see, bro? Be real.
But if it's strictly
Angels or Caitlyn? One of the two.
No, it ain't about
Caitlyn.
that. It
it's
just
strictly basketball.
It ain't
When
about
this
the
girl missed
Caitlyn. It's
3
just about
games.
everything Angel brings to the as far as her personality with
Yeah.
the records.
Angels,
Typically,
honestly.
if it's a league wide thing and it's not for a specific organization, they typically gonna put both of their face on there.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
Okay,
hold on.
so
Hey, Angel and
right.
Caitlyn.
Yeah.
It's more
All right, so
Right.
who beat who in the national championship?
Say again, I didn't hear you.
I said who beat who in the national championship out of them two?
Angel.
LSU beat Iowa.
LSU.
Listen
yeah,
though, let me
LSU,
tell you
yeah.
something. Angel
LSU
was the
became a
4th leading
star.
scorer on her team.
No,
In
she
that
wasn't, bro.
championship game.
It's not.
Yes,
It's
she
not
was.
all
Leading
about
scorer
scoring
in
though.
In
that specific
that
game.
throughout
Now it's all
that
about
game.
She was the leading scorer.
See, now it's all about the point. See, when I said
No,
Paige,
bro. Y'all ain't even
hold on,
let me finish.
hold on,
Y'all
please.
just
Who won though?
When I said Paige,
I
hey,
was
bro,
really saying earlier that, bro,
hey,
people
bro,
had unsung
hey, bro.
performances.
When
on
I
that
said
LSU
Paige
team.
averaged more points than Caitlyn this season, they said it's not all about the points.
When? Show me this statistics.
No, she averaged more points than
Firstly, Crunk.
Paige
I mean,
averaged more points
Bro,
than
Crunch.
Caitlyn this
right now.
season.
Paige averaging
The
more points. Paige is averaging more points than Caitlyn by like
yeah,
So it's
0.6,
more.
Go to
0.5.
ESPN right now.
So
18.6
it's
to
more.
18.1.
yes.
And
But I'm
Caitlin's
saying no.
averaging
Talking
more
about
assists.
no. I'm not saying it's like a whole lot. I'm saying like they was like, oh, it's not all about scoring. Now they saying that Angel wasn't the leading scorer on the LSU team.
She was by far.
No, just
Without
in that.
question.
I'm just saying, just in that game.
Yeah, right. Right.
I don't
That's
remember
what I'm
nobody
saying.
saying that
Like,
either.
Right.
She won most outstanding player
Hey,
of the tournament for a reason.
hey, KG, can I ask you something, KG?
Mhm.
What's up,
You know where Angel Reese's hometown is?
Maryland?
Yeah, right. Do you know what Caitlin Clark hometown is?
I'm not sure. But I want to say
Okay. This is my point. Hold on. KG, can I ask you this? Do you
What's
know
up?
what Angel Reese's nickname was in college?
The Bayou Barbie.
Do you know what Caitlin Clark's nickname was?
I don't think
I
so.
have no. I don't.
So this is my point. KG, this is my point. They tried to brainwash you into believing that Clark, but you really, you know what I'm saying, you know way more about Angel Reese than you know about Caitlin Clark. So
Well,
that just
I know-
shows you
listen,
like,
I know
hold
that.
on,
What?
but KG,
hold on.
that just kind of shows you like when it comes to Caitlin, it's like they trying to kind of push her on you, but you really more.
No, hold on,
you really
hold
don't
on.
know about
bro.
Shorty though.
Curtis, bro, smack dog.
listen, I know- I
Smack
won't
this
disagree
nigga
You ain't
Curtis,
do shit,
bro.
nigga.
Hey KG, and I know it hurt you, bro. I know you love the white woman. But
No,
look,
I don't.
hey, KG, what I'm saying is,
if you ever
hold
been
on,
on a live
bro.
talking
Let-
about?
I ain't finished my point, bro.
Go ahead.
But
Go ahead,
KG, you being more knowledgeable with Angel just shows you it because you're a Caitlyn guy. You
I'm
being
not.
more knowledgeable with
I'm not
you
a
being
Caitlyn
more
guy.
knowledgeable with Angel just
wants you to be a
shows you
Caitlyn
like
guy.
I mean who's really the face, who more known.
Bro,
So
Let's be honest.
Man, Shorty
You
be
don't even know
bitching
what
too,
Caitlyn
bro.
Clark. Hold on,
Man,
you got all these niggas doing all this parade for
Stop it.
Caitlyn. You don't even know Where's she
Don't
from?
even be missing
You don't
3
even know where.
violations in a
Hold on,
row.
time
You
out.
don't
You
know
don't
where
know
she's
shit.
from.
Hold on, time out. You don't know nothing about Caitlin Clark, bro.
Listen,
Only
so
thing you
Chris,
know.
Angel
Hold
Reese,
on,
though.
bro. Only thing you know is she can shoot threes. That's
Ain't
all
Caleb
you
from
know. Is she
Indiana?
can shoot threes, bro.
Caitlin, listen,
You know
so
about Angel Reese's life. You didn't see Angel Reese's mom. You didn't see her brother. You know her brother who, you know, she was with camp with the guy.
Oh yeah, by the
She,
way,
her boyfriend, her
Bro,
ex-boyfriend was the hooper. You don't
yep,
know shit about
yep.
Caitlin, bro.
they
so
are.
Let's
Chris,
be
Hey, hold on,
honest,
hold on. Let
bro.
me
so
add to
Chris,
that. Hey, Chris, by the
hold on,
way,
wait. Can I?
hey, hold on. Hey,
Personality.
Chris, by the way, I think
Reese is
Angel
an
Reese's brother got
influencer.
signed to the Lakers, bro.
Yeah, he did.
I seen that.
So
Yeah, I just seen
Yeah.
So
that, bro.
Chris,
So it's a
first of
family
all,
thing for real.
you're false in your assessment to say that I'm a Caitlyn guy. Anybody in the chat, TJ, I just seen you got in there 44. You, if you still in here, they can attest to the fact that if on any live that I've ever been on, I'm always pro Angel over anybody. That's facts. Anybody. And I know who Angel is due to me following her. Because I went so I follow a lot of women's basketball, right? And I went to school with a specific player that transferred from my school and went to Maryland. So when she transferred from my school and went to Maryland, I followed her over there and followed her basketball journey, which led me to Angel. So I know a lot about Angel due to the fact that I follow certain parts of women basketball or whatever. Now that doesn't take away from your point that Angel is who Angel is, but
Right.
don't sit up here and tell me I'm a Caitlin Clark guy or whatever the
No,
case is, because I
I
don't
respect
agree
that, bro. Yeah.
with a few points that you have about Caitlin.
Didn't you
I
start off
respect
by
that. But
saying
this
you
the
was a
thing. I
Paige
just feel
Bueckers
like
guy?
everybody up here knew that. You know what I'm saying? Angel Reese went to Maryland. She from Baltimore. Y'all didn't really know about Caitlin Clark past, bro. You know what I'm saying? But this the thing. Y'all took the time to do the research and look into Angel. But when you get on a big platform like this, you see the white man on this platform, so you try to please the white man and say Caitlin Clark the face. You get what I'm saying? Let's be honest, bro.
No,
And
I'm not saying the
I
face,
know it's
Chris.
uncomfortable, but I gotta say it, bro. It's uncomfortable, but
Chris,
I gotta
so when I
say it,
say
bro.
Gotta
that
have them
she's the
uncomfortable
face,
conversations.
Yeah, and I'm not talking
this
about.
is
I'm
my
talking
honest
about really
opinion.
Ray Sean and Curtis, y'all.
Speak
Really just
about
talking
Hey,
about
but
Curtis.
I hear you, Chris. But this my honest opinion, Chris. So when we talk about the face, for me
Yo.
personally, I don't think that either one is more whatever than the other. I feel like it's a lot of magic and bird thing. If you want to do a comparison, that's why I said if we talking about if it's a league. If it's a league
Popularity
wide
wise, not
thing,
skill.
and they have to make a billboard, I'm more than certain they're gonna put both of their face on the billboard rather than one or the other. But if it's like a franchise thing, then they're gonna put Caitlin's face or Angel's face depending on what franchise it is and who they're playing at the time. But if it's something league wide, they're gonna have both of their faces up there.
And who's the winner in those?
Yeah, I respect that.
I don't think. I don't think. Back to what he was saying. They are two completely different personalities. Angel Reese is doing podcasts. She was on Vogue. She is a really big celebrity outside of just the W. Caitlin Clark,
That remind you of who though
you
from the NBA,
barely
like
see.
Brian. You know, Brian doing the podcast.
Yeah,
You
like
barely,
Doing
Bron,
Vogue,
barely
doing
Shaq.
see Caitlin
fashion.
Clark in the
Yeah,
But
like
look,
who that
remember
remind
Chris?
you of? Michael
Hey,
Jordan.
When
Man,
Angel was
if we
still in
going,
college,
but if we
you remember we
going
was
off
up
of
here
like,
saying Angel was going to change it. No,
Mm-hmm.
hold on. I'm saying
she
we
was
was up here
doing stuff
saying
with
that she
Shaq,
was going
but
to
if we
change
going,
the league because of her personality, the off the court, the hold on,
Yeah.
but if we going
Right.
off who,
the
Oh, that's a
we
good
endorsements.
going
point.
off
Hold on,
who
though,
is
she
Chris.
won.
That's a good point though, because
And
usually,
she
like
won.
the WNBA players, they didn't step outside that shit. Like they didn't. It was just bare
Yeah,
hoopers.
but
right,
Angel
going
Reese
off,
bringing like the
if we going
celebrity
off,
to that
the
shit. You
celebrity
know what I'm
status.
saying? Yeah.
if
No,
we
hold on, Ray
going off
Sean. I'm
who the
talking about
needle
the
mover
endorsement
is, then
deals, the
Caitlin Clark
endorsement
is the
deals and
needle mover of the
everything,
W.
man.
That's fine, but Caitlin Clark is still the most viewed basketball player in the W. It's not close.
I don't agree.
By who?
I don't
It's
even
not.
believe that
The
shit.
numbers get tricky. The
Statistically, it's
numbers
not
get
If you
close.
tricky.
like,
That's a team.
That's
Statistically,
a
it's not
team
close.
thing.
It's not.
Right? How you going to
She's
view one
in.
player?
Even
what's
if
her
you want to go
audience?
back to
If you
college,
viewing Caitlyn, you watching the whole
even
team. You can
How
say
you what do y'all be viewed like?
even if you want
the
to,
So
Indiana
that means
Fever
all
is
her
the most viewed
teammates.
even if
Hold
you
team,
want
bro.
to go back to
Chris.
college,
So that means her teammates are the most viewed
even
people
if you want to
too.
go back to
Right?
I can
college,
Leah
disprove that
Boston,
shit
the
right
most
now.
viewed player in the
if
league.
you want to go,
She missed 3 games. She missed
you
3
Like,
gonna let
come
me
games.
on,
What did they
man.
view as doing though? They
Right.
ain't winning.
And Leah Boston be
If
putting
you
up
want to
They
go
numbers.
ain't
back
winning.
to,
So
even
what are
if
they
you want to
viewing
go
them
back to
for?
college, every most viewed
So,
game,
so, so
Caitlin
is
is
the
a
rest of
part
her
of in the
team.
last two
No,
years.
no,
She's a
she
part of it.
missed 3 games, but viewership dropped 50%.
Well, I'm saying the same thing will happen if
That's
a Leah
Caitlyn.
Boston
The
sit
team
out.
was
Yes,
still playing.
clearly.
If one of the stars sit out, the views gonna go down.
He missed it.
So
They literally had they literally the games that Caitlyn played in. They literally had to go get bigger arenas because they couldn't fit the arena. They
But
they
you're not
Hey,
upgraded
hearing
the
hey,
from
arena
Curtis,
Kenny
for
can
this
I
Ford
year
though.
can
because
Curtis
it was so
Curtis
many
Payne?
people
Can I ask you
trying to
something,
use
bro?
it.
You can.
Nobody else is doing
Hey,
that.
what team Angel play for?
Chicago Sky.
Okay, so Chicago Sky, right? Before Angel got there, did you know any of those players? Did you know that team existed? I'm just asking.
No.
Okay, thank you.
They just won the
When did,
championship.
how
Come
did
on,
that
two
compare
years
to
ago,
I
Caitlyn
bro.
did,
Clark?
Chris. I
I
did.
didn't
Just
know
No,
for
no,
that
the
no,
just for the
either.
no,
record,
no,
I
no.
Won the
This is
did.
why I said
championship
that,
in that
Curtis. I'm
roster
glad
though with
you asked
Parker.
because I
And then
mean,
that
I
roster.
mean, I
Come
mean,
on,
she
bro.
bringing viewership. She bringing more, eyes
Nobody
to that team as well, though. You know what I'm saying?
nobody said she didn't.
Okay, okay.
Nobody
I'm just
said
saying.
she
It
wasn't.
go both
Yeah,
ways.
nobody said
It
she
go both
didn't. But
ways.
we know what the story is.
But it seemed like you
Boston,
just up
Aaliyah
here
Boston
to just
started it.
like we already agree that Angel Reese is probably one of the most popular players in the W. We already know that. Nobody ever disagreed with that take. But it's like you up here saying this in like spite
No,
of
because
Caitlyn,
y'all
like,
just
oh
not
What
well,
are we
looking
like
at
watching
it
Caitlyn is
this
Caitlyn
way.
doing
do though? What are we
It's
I
watching
don't
her
know
more,
if
do?
she's
it's
doing
more
that.
white, it's more
Caitlyn is doing
Caucasian
the
people
What are
in
we
the
same thing
watching her
world
at a
do?
with
higher
black
level.
people, bro. So
What are
OVO.
we
Hey,
watching
you see what I'm
hey,
Caitlyn
saying?
do?
Hey,
yo,
Chris,
OVO.
hold on,
Hold
Chris.
on,
You see what he
bro.
said? What does that have to do with it? That's how I know this dude mind is just
OVO.
It's
his
still more
mind just
people
can't
watching the
comprehend the
game.
things that my mind can, bro.
What
Because
do black
obviously
and
OVO.
she
white?
got more
What do
white
that
fan
matter?
base,
What are you
nigga.
talking
So
about?
obviously they gonna have more viewership for her than for Angel. Think,
Out of the
dickhead.
world, out of the world,
Let
bro.
me
Only white people
hey,
watch
let me ask
basketball
you a
now.
question. Let me
Out of the
let me ask you a
world's
question.
population, how many of us watch
Let me
Caitlyn?
ask you a question. When you go to do you know the number of people who buy hip hop who buy hip hop concert tickets? Like out of the number of ethnicities that buy hip hop concert
It's
tickets, you
white
know who the
people,
number
bro.
one people who buy hip hop concert tickets are?
Exactly.
It's white people.
So
What the hell are you
Rayshawn,
talking
Rayshawn.
about?
So listen,
Like
listen.
like what do you
So
I don't
so
But
understand
they
what you're
don't.
saying to
But
me.
this the thing. They don't
hold
fuck with
on, Chris.
Angel.
Let me tell them this real quick. So the example that you just gave, right? It's cool and dandy, but like in this scenario, it doesn't equate
Cool
because
and
I think
dandy.
what Chris is saying, and I won't be dishonest, bro. So the what he and Crunk is doing, I've seen a lot of people do where Caitlyn gets a certain amount of credit, and a lot of the credit is due to the fact that she's white. And instead of just giving her the credit for being basketball, which Rayshawn, I'm not saying y'all are doing, but this is typically how it goes because she gets the credit for being white or whatever. People tend to get on here, and when I say overcompensate, I'm not saying that Angel doesn't deserve it, but they go a little hard for Angel because they feel like she deserves the same respect in terms of the growth of the league and all of that, whatever, right? So the example that you just
Well,
gave,
let
bro,
me
for as the hip hop, that's because people consume hip hop a certain way, but that's not the way the W is consumed. So Kaylin is perceived as like the great white hope, so or whatever the case being, and anybody that's pretty much against her is usually like shunned out by that fan base. So in what Chris is saying is due to the fact that they are the majority, she's like a direct opposition to Caitlyn. So they not gonna receive her the same way that they receive hip hop music because there aren't any direct like oppositions to people in hip hop when we
But
talk
Ray
about like
Sean,
white
when you
people.
say, hey Ray Sean, when you say Angel one of the most popular players in the league, right? So when she came out and said that they
yeah.
watching the league, everybody started watching the league because of not just because of Caitlyn, but because of her too. Did you agree with her on that?
Yeah.
I agree
I
to
So,
did.
it.
Rayshawn, why was there such
I
an
just like
uproar? Hold on,
to
though, Rayshawn.
rebuttal
As a black man, though,
respond to
Rayshawn,
him.
you seen that it was such an uproar and it was such a big deal and a big. Hold on, Rayshawn, bro. Come asking you a question.
To respond to
Yeah.
the first point, because you asked
Oh,
me
my
a
bad, my
question,
bad,
I'm
my
trying to
bad.
respond to the first person, my guy. To respond to what he said, there's some things I agree with. Is that's just like when Larry Bird came. That's just like when Larry Bird came into the league. Yes, Larry Bird was like the new white hope of the league. He had a lot of fans. Shit, a lot of his fans was fucking racist. I agree with that. But I'm not never gonna sit up here and say, but you can say that Larry Bird had an advantage because he was white and he was good at basketball, which may be true. But I'm not gonna ever sit up here and say that Larry Bird was not still one of the best basketball players to ever touch a ball just because of his systematic advantages or his crowd advantages because of his skin color. That may be true for Larry Bird, and now we might even be seeing it with Caitlyn, where in a predominantly black sport, we're seeing a white person come into the league bring a lot of new followers to the league, move the needle, and all this, just like Larry Bird did. Oh well, they have an advantage because they're white. Yeah, true. but they're still great players. Like I
don't think he ever
get
diminished
what's
her,
being
her
said
skill
They
about
never
though.
the advantages
called
that.
Larry Bird the GOAT in
Outside of him
college,
saying
though.
that she wasn't a
They
winner,
I
never
like
also,
called
he
I
never
Larry Bird
also,
the
diminished her
hold
GOAT
on,
in
skill.
wait,
college,
hold on,
though.
wait,
That's the difference. They were saying that Caitlin
hold
Clark
on,
was
wait.
a
I
GOAT and all
also
that. That's
agree
what
that.
people were saying. That's what this story was, bro.
I
That's all I'm
also don't
saying. That's
agree
what they
with
were
all the
saying about her,
narratives
though.
about Caitlyn.
Exactly.
I do believe that
Two different
sometimes
And
they
conversations.
Rashawn just told
overcompensate for
me I was
Caitlyn,
lying when I
which is
said they
true.
calling Caitlin Clark the GOAT right now,
Yeah,
y'all.
man, they've been
Nobody's
saying
doing
that.
that.
They
Who's
were saying
doing
they were
that?
saying that
Chris
Rashawn.
said, who's doing
Nobody on
that?
the
That
live
was
is
the
He said,
saying
I'm
narrative.
that.
not. Who's doing?
No, I'm
Nobody
Chris
is
saying
and
that
saying
was the
that.
narrative.
Chris
No,
and
that
Speed,
was her
right?
narrative in
So I think
college.
we're having
So
two
for
different
y'all
conversations.
to come into the live and to
Hold
push
on,
narratives
Rashawn.
that nobody
We're
on the
saying that
panel
was the
said,
narrative for
Talk about
Caitlin
what
is
the
Clark in
Speed,
general
college,
we
though.
understand that.
conversation
We
is, though,
understand that was the
Rashawn.
we
Like,
narrative.
we
didn't
know
say
what
that.
I'm
people
telling you,
saying, though.
We are not saying
that's
that.
what
Speed,
people were
we
saying in
understand,
college.
and
Damn busy. Like, we know what people
We are
saying,
not
bro.
saying that.
we understand that that's what people are saying. But what Rayshawn
Nobody
and
on
them
the
are trying to
panel is
tell
saying
y'all,
that
bro,
though.
and I don't disagree with y'all, Chris, about the narratives. We understand it. But what Rayshawn and them are trying to tell y'all is they are trying to engage in a conversation with you all personally, and they will respect if you all would do the same. So unless they say something themselves personally, they don't feel that you should hold them to the narrative that's being presented unless we are having a direct conversation about those narratives. And prior to this moment, we weren't having direct conversations about those narratives. We were having a direct conversation about our respective opinions about these people.
Man, I don't know, man.
Like, yeah,
Hey,
y'all got
Cam
up here saying a
Beasley.
whole bunch of shit that
That
we
was the
never said.
whole argument. He making us argue other people's point.
Making us
Nah, we
argue
just
with
talking
other
about what
people's
the
opinions.
general
Like, huh?
public's talking about. Like,
We understand that, Chris, but that's what we were saying at that point in time when you came up here.
My fault.
We
What's
weren't
up,
talking
man?
about the
Somebody
general
calling me.
public. We were talking about our own opinions, and they just saying that their own opinions were never that Caitlyn was the best player or that she was the GOAT.
man, Cam Beasley, you from Baltimore, bro?
Yeah, that's my dog,
Yeah,
though.
me? Hell yeah.
Yeah, and you talking shit, you talking crazy about Reese? That's a disgrace. That's
What
sad,
did I
bro.
talk?
That's crazy, bro.
What did I say that
I'm
was
gonna
That's
go
crazy?
crazy,
ahead. I
bro.
ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it a bean. Even though I said all that, Shorty airballing layups was crazy.
They
I don't
all
give a
But
what nobody
hold
else
on.
say.
What did I
That's
say
He
that?
getting
What
wild.
did
A
I
better
lot of
say
though.
that
people
was?
airball
What did I
layups.
say that was
He getting
crazy?
better though.
So I guess
What you
LeBron
say,
is
Pharaoh?
crazy.
I get it.
A lot of
you
people
handle
airball
Every
you
layups.
handle
Bro,
women
what are
to a
we
man,
talking about?
bro. Come on.
he
LeBron
had
already
like
had
17
the
and 10
And
copyright
rebounds in
on
the
saying
William,
game.
the
hey,
the the,
William, this
the
how
See,
you
the,
know
the
he
defending
billion.
rebound.
Nah,
and
Cam
it's
ball,
crazy
yo.
because
We
Cam
not.
no
Hey,
ball.
Hey,
He
hey,
gonna
let me
break
it's
it
ask
crazy
down. He gonna
because
let
break
me ask
it
Cam a
down
I
question.
just
unbiased,
judge
yo.
basketball, bro.
Let me
So
ask
you
Cam a
can talk
question.
about basketball. I'm talking crazy about across you from the city. I like basketball, bro.
Did
I
you know that
don't care
they was
about
averaging
Yeah,
the
Nah, bro,
hey,
same?
you
Cam no
from
ball, yo.
Baltimore though, bro.
Did you know
Y'all
that they was
home
averaging the same
Baltimore,
field
bro.
goal
Like,
percentage right now?
you can't talk bad about somebody from your city, bro. I don't care what.
Hold on, Chris. Let me ask him a
what,
question.
bro?
Nah,
I didn't talk bad. What are you talking about?
Cam, do you know that they averaging the same field goal percentage right now?
But
Yeah,
Reese
because
rebuff that
Candace
yeah,
Park
statement that
is
may
nah,
be
averaging the
true,
same
but
she
field goal.
had,
one
she had a
one
One's a
bad
one
center,
stat
the
line.
other one's a point guard.
Caitlin
What are you talking
Caitlin
about?
Caitlin
They don't matter.
Caitlin is a
They
perimeter
averaging
player.
they
Most if you go look at a shot
y'all
chart,
were
Against
talking
three
about
if you
hey,
go
games.
so
look at a
Look
y'all
at
were
the
shot
talking about
chart,
shot
Angel
IQs
Reese
diet,
shots
and
are
earlier.
that'll tell you
underneath
everything
the
you need to
rim.
know.
Listen, y'all were talking about
Crazy.
IQs earlier for all that. All they can tell me is that Angel's smarter for taking closer shots. They just missed the same amount.
Hell no. Wait,
Come
see,
on,
like
bro.
3 games.
Hell
Niggas
no.
is
Nah, that's
Easier
not how that
shot.
works. Not how that works.
Angel need
How
like
I
look
Not
at
how
the
how
that
center.
come
If
works.
that's
the
not how
center
it
is
works? I'm
averaging
smarter for
Cities,
potential
you
taking
can
shooting
take your
numbers, you saying
threes.
shots
Like,
Andre
to the
Drummond is
basket,
dog
but we
shit.
still missed the same
Hey,
amount.
Crunch, if you from Baltimore, don't say nothing about Angel. You gonna be hating, bro.
If
Don't even
Angel
critique a
if
game, bro. Fuck
if
it.
Man,
Yeah, I
DeAndre
was gonna
listen.
Drummond
say,
and
yo, Kill.
Andre
If
You
he
got
nah,
Shorty
Cam,
Cam no
DeAndre
it
ball,
was
yo.
a
Jordan
He
and
gonna
surprise
he gonna break
team,
it
bro. It's a
down. He gonna break
surprise
it down
game.
unbiased, yo.
if
Mm.
DeAndre Jordan and other centers average the
Team,
same field
bro.
goal
Like,
percentage
it's
Angel
from the
Reese did,
city.
you'll call them bad players, and that's just a fact.
No, we wouldn't. No, we wouldn't.
Yeah, we would.
Yes, we
If
would.
they
Yes,
and
we
average,
would.
you
If
DeAndre
know,
Jordan.
what,
DeAndre
so
Jordan
DeAndre
wasn't
what would
averaging around
their
60, 50% from the field, they wouldn't be good players.
So what would the percentage for them have to be in order for us to call
Literally.
them a bad player?
Around for a center,
No.
I'm expecting at least around 50%, unless you're inside the arc center like Kristaps Porzingis or something like that.
So do you
Like a
know what
shooting
the
center.
average? Do you know
See, you
what
don't
the
know ball
average
game. Kristaps
field
Porzingis
goal
flying that
percentage
open.
is for a center in the W?
What happened? My
Do
fault.
you know what the average field goal
Shit, probably like
percentage is for a
44,
center in
43.
the W?
No, I don't. I'll be
Okay,
honest.
then. So if you
I don't
don't
know the
know,
average.
if you don't know what the average field goal
Specific stat.
percentage is, and you can't tell me that, how can you say she's bad if you don't even know what to compare it to?
I'm gonna keep it a bean. This again. I'm gonna say this. Angel Reese offense at times look very, very compromised, and I'm just being honest. She misses a lot of shots at the rim. She's missed hella wide open layups on fast breaks where there is nobody but her and just
I seen
missing
her dribble
layups. Like
full
there is,
court
you can
and
watch whole
get a tough layup.
Yeah,
She got it in her.
like.
shots though.
So I'm just
So Ray
saying,
Sean, let
like
me ask you, you think it's because of the injury? Yo?
Angel Reese on offense, it could be. But I'm gonna keep it a being. Angel Reese on offense, bro. She's not that impressive. I'm gonna keep it. And since she got to the W, the
So
offense
when
been
did you
real
come to this
compromised.
conclusion that her offense wasn't that impressive?
Shit. Honestly, her rookie year, I gave her a little grace. I'm like, man, is she a rookie? I'm not gonna full-fledged judge her because
So
it's the
let me
rookie
let
season.
me
She got
ask
to
you a
get
question
adjusted.
then,
Cool.
Cam. So I don't know if it was you, but I heard somebody, and I know some people agree with it. I heard some people on the panel make some statements about Caitlyn, and then somebody responded with the defense that this is only her second season in the W or whatever, right? So if this field goal percentage thing or Angels lack their of skill talking about scoring the ball didn't become a conversation until she got to the W, why can't we say that it's only Angel's second year in the W and that she'll eventually figure it out the same way people are saying that it's Caitlin's second year in the W and she'll eventually figure out whatever it is.
The difference is to me is I'm gonna keep it a bean. The difference is to me is their field goal percentages right now are the same. Granted, most of that is because Caitlin Clark has been in a slump. Before then, Caitlin was shooting the ball better from the field. Like how nobody wants to mention that.
Yeah,
She recently got into a slump, and then her
bro.
and then her field goal percentage dropped. That's fair. Okay, cool. If you look at Angel game, it's a lot of things on her offensive game that need work. Kaylin Clark, same for her. She need to get better on defense. She need to start her shot selection needs to be better. Sometimes she just shoot. Sometimes she shoots shit because she thinks she can make everything, and she get cold, and then her body language is terrible. A lot of stuff about Kaylin Clark on offense I don't like either. But Kaylin Clark clearly is the more talented offensive player than Angel. I don't think that's a hot take at all. Now when you watch Angel play, the layups is a problem. You had who was the girl on that she had? I forgot. I know her name. It's not clicking right now. The girl that came on Angel Reese podcast, WNBA legend, by the way, and said, well, I'm gonna help you work on your layups. That's crazy.
Lisa Leslie.
Came on her podcast and said, we gonna work on your layups. Like, damn, like you need to work on your layups. Like, that's wild to me. Like, I'm sorry.
I think
No, she didn't say that. You need to work on your
as
layups in terms of the field goal percentage. She was talking about her release point from the shot. That's what we be talking about with the context, bro.
And it's not.
I can teach her.
layups,
I'm gonna
bro.
teach Andrew. I'm gonna get her in the
If you
lab.
watch
How you don't know how to make layups?
if you
But
watch the
she didn't say don't
WNBA,
know how to make layups because she does
Bro, the
make
fact
them.
that she even
She
had to
said
say
that
that is crazy. I don't care what
Nah,
the
it's
if you
talent
watch
not. It's
the
not crazy.
watch the
That's the same thing
You
as
always
me
gotta
saying.
work on your game, bro.
That's the same thing as me saying that somebody with a funky shot in the NBA, if they making it a lot, some people shoot chicken wing. If we want to talk about LaMelo Ball,
Lonzo
right? When he
Ball,
got into the league, because of the
Markel
way
Fultz.
the stuff happened with
Aaron
Lonzo, a
Payne.
lot of people were trying to say that LaMelo should change his jump shot form. But or Tyrese Halliburton, for example, nobody changed his jump shot form. That's what she was talking about. The form.
Yeah.
They weren't talking about the percentages. They were talking about the form and the way she
Okay,
gets the
cool.
ball.
So
How
would
she
you agree that
releasing it.
Angel Reese is compromised on offense? Yes or no?
What?
Would
She,
you
you know
do?
what
Would
I'm
you
saying?
say she's not the
I'm
best
saying she's
offensive
more of a
player?
defensive player though, bro.
Compromised on offense? No.
She has a lot of holes in her offensive game. Yes or no?
Like I mean, she
A
work.
lot
I
of
can make the
holes.
same case for Caitlyn.
Yeah, I see her getting better, yo. I see her
You
getting better this
could,
season.
you
Yes, bro.
could, but
Like niggas
you
that
also
actually
would
watch
agree
the
that Caitlyn
game.
is a far better offensive player,
You got
correct?
to remember, Ray Sean, her
Is she a better
3-point
offensive player?
percentage is going
Yeah,
up.
but I can make the
I think
same
it's a
case
hot
See,
take.
Ray
for
Sean, you're not looking at the improvements. Her 3-point percentage is going up. Her
No,
her
Angel Reese is not a good 3-point shooter.
no, I'm saying it's going up though.
She only take one or two a
No,
game.
I'm talking about it's going up. And then also, you gotta remember
Okay,
they got rid of her the guard, bro, Kennedy Carter.
Kennedy.
So
Yeah,
it's
okay,
like putting
okay.
more responsibility on her to be like, a shooter and a guard kind of. But
He's a point
And
forward
what do
now,
that
bro.
got to do with
He's a
missing
point
wide
forward.
what I
open
mean
layups on a
is
fast
you gotta understand,
break
Bro,
bro.
you
game?
keep mentioning missed layups, nigga. Do
I
you
forgot
watch
you played
the
soccer. I
you
forgot
have
you
to
WNBA?
played
watch the
tennis.
W, bro,
I forgot
because
you
a
played
lot of
tennis growing
players,
up. You're not gonna understand
guards
what I'm
and
saying.
centers, miss wide open layups.
You played
Yes,
tennis, my
bro.
bad.
Like I watched Bree Stewart airball a fucking layup. Is Bree
Exactly,
Stewart
bro. A lot of
sorry?
people miss wide open layups.
Bro, that's cool and all. Even LeBron missed a wide open layup. I like how niggas trying to be obtuse. That's cool. We not talking about
I'm
that.
not talking about Brian missing wide open layups. I'm talking
Brian.
about
No, I see what you're
this
saying though.
would
She
be
could
happening
like,
when we
yo, it
ask,
is
do
what
y'all
it is
actually
though,
watch
bro.
the
But
sport?
like I said, bro,
A lot of women,
she's a gritty defensive player, bro.
A lot of women miss
I never
those
said she
shots,
wasn't.
and is way more frequent than they do on the men's side. So Brian missing a wide open layup is irrelevant. I'm talking about what happens on the women's side. A lot of women miss those at a high clip.
Yeah, women do be missing layups though. I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm aware of that.
Okay,
She
yeah.
misses them
So what are we
more.
talking about?
He misses them more.
So what?
Bro, you
She
capping, bro.
misses
You
them
just
more
talking,
than,
bro.
than a
You
lot of people I see.
talking, bro. You talking
And you go,
about
if you
Twitter
go,
comments.
if you go watch her game, footwork off. Like old
Nah.
But
girl
I'm
said
saying though, like
when
you
she
just
invited her to
said,
the
being more
Bro,
podcast.
have
skilled
you
don't make you
hold on,
better.
hold on,
Shorty
hold
literally,
Hold on,
literally
Rayshawn.
just
It's
throw the
so hold
ball
on.
up
It's
there.
over for you now.
have you watched this
No,
year?
hold on. You just said being more skilled don't make you better though.
So
You
let me
know,
let me
So
not all
now,
the time,
what
not
you
all the
so let me
doing
time.
ask
right
you a
now
question,
is you
Rayshawn.
breaking
Let
down
me ask you a
Angel's
question. Let me
skills
ask you a
though.
question
We
real
gotta talk
quick.
about the impact though.
Let me ask you a question, Rayshawn. So last year, because I don't want to compare her to the full league because she's only in her second year. So last year in that rookie draft class, Caitlin won Rookie of the Year. Who was the second best rookie in that draft class?
Angel Reese.
Nigga, it
So
was
if
a
I'm
toss up
with
for
all
the
the
moment.
flaws that you saying my game have, if I'm still the second best rookie in my draft class, what does that say?
It could say two different things. It could say that you have a lot of potential, which I think Angel Reese does have a lot of potential.
What?
I think she has the potential to
Potential,
be.
nigga, she doing it.
I think she has the potential to be.
You not
I'm talking
watching,
about her
bro.
ceiling. I'm talking about her ceiling. I think Angel Reese's ceiling is a borderline top 10 player in the league because there's a lot of other things in the W that she does have down pat. Once again, y'all think I'm just trying to kill her. I'm just being honest and candid about what I see from her offensive game,
And that's fine, Rayshawn.
which she has said out her mouth. Like, man, I've been playing. She has said this out her mouth. So I don't know
Yeah,
why it's a hot
she
take that
been
I'm saying
cleaning it
it.
up. I
It's
see what
not a
you
hot
saying.
take,
She been cleaning it up
Rayshawn,
though.
but
Like throughout as the season go along, she been
Her
getting
last
better.
couple games have been better, but even out her mouth when she was shooting the
No, it
ball
ain't about the
terribly
last couple
underneath the
games.
rim.
See, that's the thing. You keep
Rayshawn,
having these undertones.
Yeah,
You
the
keep on,
last 3-4 games she's
nah,
been good.
bro.
She also just had a
No,
game where she
you
made
keep on
one field
downplaying
goal.
shit,
I
bro.
think this
I
the
didn't
point,
say.
Rayshawn.
Hold
That
on, KG.
go ahead.
You keep on talking about her last couple games. No, she been
Her
improving
last
steadily.
3-4 games,
And you
yes. Stupid.
no. So which one is it? Is it just couple? Or is it 3-4? Is it
Do
last
you know
couple
what a couple
months?
is, Crunch?
No, bro. Couple is two.
Two or three.
No, a couple
No,
No,
a
is
all right,
two,
couple is
bro.
two,
four.
bro.
A
Last four
couple. If I got
games.
a girlfriend, that mean we a couple, bro.
Yeah,
Because it's two.
it's literally
Because,
two.
because it's
That
two
is
of us.
true.
But
So
if
at the
you
end of the day, I just don't like the undertones. I
she's
don't like the
been
under.
on
Hold
a
on. I don't like the undertones that you have into where it's like we got to downplay everything that she doing,
man,
bro.
you keep cutting me off. She been hooping better. I'll admit that. But when she started off the season bad, even out her mouth, she said, I ain't gonna lie, I have been playing terribly.
Right, and
So
she been
me
getting better.
reiterating what she said is not a
But
hot take. I
that
don't
was
know
the
why you
beginning of
take
the
it so personal.
season. That was the beginning of
That
the season.
she was doing that shit for a good stretch, my guy.
Oh my
Good
god.
Rayshawn,
stretch.
I think the point we having though is, and it's why I think Chris is up here going so hard, is because we sitting here listening to y'all criticize Angel, and y'all got all these critiques and opinions, but then when other people point out stuff that other players are doing that is in the same context of what Angel is
Okay,
doing.
but
When we
she
talked
so
about
you
Caitlin's
doing.
turnover
Bro,
and
even if you
whatever,
want to
y'all
bring up
had
Caitlyn, if you want to bring up Caitlin's
no. I just use her as an example. We can talk about
Hey, look,
anybody.
we're gonna end
When
it off with
we
this.
talked about Caitlyn, when we was talking about Paige, when we was talking about a lot of people.
We
When we brought up points in their games that was
I
being
didn't
critiqued up
disagree.
here, y'all had
Don't say
every
y'all.
excuse in the book for
Don't say
these people.
Hey,
y'all.
look,
I
hold
didn't
on, y'all.
disagree.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on,
I
hold on.
didn't
Wait, hold
disagree
on,
with
y'all.
none of
Hold on.
Caitlin's
Wait, hold on. See, because Ray Sean don't want to give her no credit. We gonna end it off with this, man. As far as people saying that the only rebound she getting is off of her miss, we gonna end it off with this, man. As far as people saying that the only rebound she getting is off of her missed layups, Andrew Reese right now is the greatest rebounder in the league, and it's not even close. So she leads the league in rebounding, but even if you take off her own misses, she will still be the second leading rebounder in the league. Even if you take out offensive rebounds, she would still be the third. So at the end of the day, man, this is actually insane, man. So I just want to let y'all know this. Yeah, she might be the best rebounder in history of the league. But you know, watch what Ray Sean say. Watch how he downplay it. See what he coming up with now.
I don't have an issue with people critiquing Caitlin Clark. I've critiqued Caitlin Clark
You know what I'm saying?
myself
What you think about this though, bro?
plenty of times.
No, I'm saying, Ray Sean. What you think about this?
What?
The fact that
About
if
what
you remove
From the
her, if
screen?
you remove the misses that if you remove the rebound that she get off her own misses, she's still top 2 in rebounds. That's what he said.
um I think Angel Reese, regardless if she's missing rebounds or not, is still an elite rebounder. I do understand that. Yes, she does get a lot of offensive rebounds, and part of that is because she does miss
Oh my,
quite a
bro.
few
Hold on. I'm
often.
saying, bro, even if you take off
But
the
he just
offensive
said if you
My
rebound,
take
God, you
away
gotta
those shots,
let me
yo, I
finish
knew
my
he was
statement,
going
my guy.
downplay it,
Saving
bro.
him, bro.
Damn,
When niggas
I can't finish the
listen, when
statement.
niggas deny statistics and the facts, bro, there's no saving them, bro.
I knew he was going
You
downplay it.
literally
and
you
Master,
Still
literally are
talking
not
that was
about the
letting
my
me.
point, bro.
misses.
When I brought up the Caitlyn thing, because when I brought up the Caitlyn turnovers, they had every excuse in
I'm
the
gonna just
book
let
to
y'all
why
niggas talk because I
she
can't
got
say
them
nothing. Go
turnovers.
ahead.
Her
Her
team is
teammate
starting
I
to
don't
can't
fall
say
catch the
shit.
apart.
ball.
Come on,
That
I was
they don't have the
halfway
same
done. I
IQ
was
as her.
halfway through the statement. I couldn't even finish it. Go ahead.
Yo, this
They
nigga
had every
OP.
excuse in the book.
I was actually about to give her credit. I
I
never
gotta
got to
wrap
finish
it
my
up.
statement.
No,
Go
you
ahead.
had to mention her missing them layups, though,
He
right?
did, bro. He did. He couldn't,
Why? Why?
bro. What?
Okay, cool. If I can
Hey
finish my
Crunch,
statement, you
hey
actually hear
Crunch.
what I was about to
That's
say.
why when Chris was up here going as hard as he was going, at some points I just let him talk, bro, because I knew that's what he was talking about.
This is the Chris that got up here and said that LeBron was a loser. Yeah, I'm not taking his shit serious. Anyway,
Chris be funny, yo. He be trolling y'all though.
but
But
Angel Reese, it's off some of her offensive rebounds do come off of her misses. I'm just being honest. That's the truth. But regardless of that,
bro, I'm saying, what do you think about the fact? Nah, bro, this is
let
diabolical.
me finish.
I'm saying, even if you
Goddamn,
take out her misses, I'm saying, what you think about
you
that?
won't let me finish the
That's
statement,
all I
nigga.
want to know, bro. This
Let
man
me
talking
talk
about
and
the
hush, bro.
misses, bro.
Let me
That's
speak.
sad. We can't even uplift.
You won't let me get to the
He
uplifting
keep
part.
cutting you off because he asking you a question about a certain thing, and then when he's asking you the specific question, you mentioning something outside the preview of the
Outside
question.
of it, I'm saying, what do you think about the fact that she's
Bro,
averaging basically top 3 rebounds, even
I
without
already
offensive
said
rebounds
in
and
the
without her
beginning
misses?
of my statement.
Hold on, Rachel. That's my last
If I
time.
can talk, stop asking me questions, Crunch. If you're not gonna
Hold on,
listen.
time out. Without her misses and without any offensive rebounds, she's still top 3. What you think about that?
I agree that Angel Reese is still a elite rebounder, regardless of her misses. I already said that. It
No,
literally in
she's
the
the
first
best.
couple. Yeah, sure. She could probably statistically, yes, she's the best for sure. She led the league in rebounding last year. She's leading the league in rebounding again. Yes, Angel Reese is an elite rebounder.
Right.
I
What you think
already
about
said
that?
that. I think that's pretty good for her to be only having 2 years in the league. Her being one of the arguably the best rebounder in the league. That's great. But also, when we talk about great players and when we talk about top 10 players or players
So
who are
why you got
going
to
on
add
to
more
be
into it though?
doing all that, I don't really give a damn about rebounding.
No,
Nobody talks
you
about
don't care about
Andre
rebounding.
Drummond. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
cool.
Nobody
That's
cares
what
about
it
him.
is. Nobody care about rebounding now. You got it.
Nobody care about Andre Drummond,
No,
gang.
you
Who
got it,
talks
bro.
about him?
Bro, you got it, gang. You got it.
Who talks about
You
Andre
got it,
Drummond?
bro. You got it.
One,
Why you
she's
think?
not
Hold on,
Andre
hold on, hold on. Why you think he was in the league so
Drummond.
long?
It's sad, bro.
Why you think he's still in the league?
Right, he's still in the league, bro. The Lakers picked him up.
It's y'all hearing what y'all want to hear. I swear.
Nah, bro.
Y'all hearing what y'all want to
Nobody
hear.
care. You just said nobody cares about rebounding, bro. How you going? How
Bro,
you
when the
going?
last time somebody sat on the
You got to
NBA
get the
panel
ball
and
though.
talked about Andre Drummond?
You got to get the ball. Andre, hold on. She's better than Andre Drummond.
All right, bro. You have a
Andre
good day.
Drummond was not the lead in was he the lead in rebounding?
Yes, he
Yes, he
was.
was.
Time
What
out.
are you talking
On
about?
Detroit,
Time out.
Andre
Hold
Drummond
on,
was
bro.
that.
Hold on. Was Andre Drummond leading the league in rebounding?
Yes.
Hold on, bro.
Yes.
Was Andre Drummond leading the league in rebounding his rookie season?
No, probably not his rookie
Right. So
season.
that's why you don't cut a grown man off when he's talking.
You cut me off 30 times,
Time
nigga.
out.
Fuck you.
That's why you don't cut a grown man off when he's talking. So
I'm older than you, bro.
his rookie season, was he doing what Angel was doing her rookie season?
No.
Right. So why we keep on comparing this bum to Angel Reese?
But when we talk about Angel Reese, bro, the first thing you brought up was fucking rebounding.
No, it's not.
You brought up
I
rebounding.
tell you about the end of the stream. This is the last thing I brought up. So when I'm talking, hold on, time out. I'm showing you something that Andre Drummond wasn't doing. Somebody said
Andre Drummond also wasn't anchoring his team on defense.
Somebody
and
said
he
her
also
rebounds are
wasn't
from
in the
her
top
own misses.
20%.
But even if you take out her misses, she's number 2 in rebounding behind herself.
Dang, if you can give Angel Reese all the credit in the world for rebounding.
I was talking about the comment. He said her rebounds from her own misses.
When people be doing the me bounce thing and they troll her, like, I still think she's a great rebounder regardless of how much she misses her own shots. I don't care about that. She is. If there are certain aspects of the game that Angel Reese is already elite at for her early.
Hey, Rayshawn, where you from, bro?
She's a solid defender. She can rebound the
It sound
basketball.
like you got a little southern accent. Where you from, bro?
From Milwaukee, gang.
Okay. You all right, but you from the Midwest.
But yeah, Rayshawn, she the point I think Crunch was making is when he asked you the question, you couldn't even just give her credit for that. You
Can't
had to
even give her
keep
credit, man.
mentioning
I
the.
was just providing
You
context.
just
What's
had to,
called context.
but the
People hate
question
Can't even
context.
the question
give her
didn't need
credit.
that context because Crunch had already said it. Then you just compared her to Andre Drummond. When was Andre Drummond in the top 20%
The
of
only
scoring in
reason I
his
brought up
league?
the Andre Drummond thing was because he brought up rebounds, and I said
But
nobody
that's
in
a
the
that's
But
a
NBA
why
fact.
we
finals
keep
walks
going
without
on Andre
rebounds. I
though?
don't care
So
about you making that the
Andre
What
main
was
about
point.
Bill
solely a
Russell? How about Bill
rebounder.
Russell
Listen,
though?
Andre
How
was
about if I
solely a
compare it to Bill
rebounder.
Russell?
Got 11 rings. Fair comparison.
She just became the second youngest person to get a triple double in the league. Not only that, she's top 20% in scoring in her league, and she anchors the team on defense. So tell me when Andre Drummond did those things, anchored the team on defense,
You
meaning when he
kind of
sat down,
downplay
the
this
team
man,
went
but
into collapse without him being on the floor for his defense,
Once
and he was
again,
a
when I
top
brought up
20%.
Andre Drummond, you keep on telling me about all these other aspects of the game that I didn't bring up. We were talking about rebounding. That was it.
no, time out.
You
But
made the
hold on,
parallel
hold on. But I'm
about the
saying this though, Ray
rebounding.
Sean. I'm saying like you got other great rebounders like Dwight Howard. You got great rebounders
Exactly,
such as Bill Russell.
Crunch that he could have gave credit for. That also has other aspects of their game,
That's what
but
I'm saying.
that's why we was getting
Like
at it.
Andre, like Dwight Howard was one of the best defenders in the league, just like Angel. Also was the best rebounder for his time. We're gonna
Angel
keep going to
Reese?
Andre
What is
Drummond though.
Angel Reese? What is
Andre
Angel Reese the
slapped the
best
shit
at?
out
What is
you.
Angel Reese?
It's like no, yo.
Angel Reese?
Angel Reese? What is she the best at right now? Like, Angel, when you think of Angel Reese, what do you think of when it comes to basketball? What do you think of?
She probably the best defender and the best rebounder in the league.
She's not the best defender. Not definitely not.
No,
But
not her.
is she not a better defender than Asia Wilson or Nafisa Collier? But okay.
Give me,
It depends
give
on
me
how you
Angel.
view
Give
defense.
me
If you
Angel.
think
She's
No,
helping
Angel
the
cook.
she's
defender,
definitely top
DOA
five
defense is
at
more
her
important.
position in
But
If
defense.
you want to say she top five, that's
Oh
fine.
yeah,
She's not the
Nafisa.
best defender though. That's crazy.
Nafisa.
Yeah, Nafisha different.
she's a great help defender. I'll give her
She
that.
a top 5 defender.
Not bad on
You
ball
can,
either.
you can make. I don't have a problem with somebody saying she's a
Andre
top.
Drummond was never
She's
a top
definitely not
5
number
defender in the
one.
league
She's
though.
definitely not number one.
No,
But when you think of Angel, what do you
Andre
think
Drummond
of?
was never a top 5 defender though.
When you think of Angel Reese, about when it comes to basketball, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Defense and rebounding.
I ain't gonna lie. I
Her
think
motor?
Okay, cool. Okay,
easy,
cool.
easy
That's all I
But
want to know.
also though, she averaging 4 assists now too though.
Yeah, them assist
Mm-hmm.
numbers are rising, my boy. And if
Yeah.
she had better shooters around her, nigga, them assist numbers would be even higher. Oh my god.
Hey, look, Ray
Once
Sean, she
again,
kind of
I
like a
don't think.
Jokic. All right, Joe, let me chill.
I don't.
Let me
Nah,
chill.
you
Let me chill. Let me
disrespectful
chill.
as
Let me chill.
hell.
Let me chill. Let me chill.
I don't think Angel Reese is a bad
Nah,
player.
she's turning into a
I
triple double threat. Watch.
But that's what it sounds like, Rashawn. Every time we give her credit for something, you can't just acknowledge the credit. You always have a
but
rebuttal
I want people to
and trying
understand
to
that
like diminish what we say.
I want people to understand like Klay Thompson is probably one of the best shooters in NBA history, right?
Here we
Yeah.
go.
I've literally seen people troll the fuck out of Klay Thompson for going 0-11 in a game winning series to this day. So if
It's
people can
not the same
criticize
thing, bro.
a
It's
player
not the
as
same
great
thing.
as Klay Thompson, why the
That's
hell
one
can't we
game
critique
though.
It's
Angel
not the
Reese
same thing,
without
bro.
being looked at as a hater?
bro.
It's not the
That's
same
one
thing.
game.
I've literally watched people critique some of the best. Oh, Westbrook, they call him Westbrook, Westbrick. Like I've literally seen
It's
NBA
not the
fans
same thing, bro.
let me
It's not
speak,
the
my
same
guy.
thing.
I've literally seen NBA fans disrespect the
You're
hell out
study
of
naming
great
people. That's
players.
not the same thing. It's not the same
I,
thing.
I I see people disrespect the hell out of great players all the
It's
time.
not the same thing. How
If
many
you
times you want
critique
me to say that?
Angel, you're hating. I don't get that.
It's not the same thing.
Caitlin,
Caitlin has been playing terrible. Yes. What you want me to say? Yes.
That's true though. That's true.
that is.
Yeah, I'll be out here
Caitlin has
saying
been
Her
playing
percentage
terrible.
low
look,
key
Takes tough
always been
I ain't
like
shots.
never
39.
I ain't heard you say turnover Tammy not one time up here.
The only reason I wasn't bringing up Caitlin is because we was talking about. If you want to talk about Caitlin, we can.
But
That's
I'm
fine.
just saying in
No, that's
general,
cool, man.
you were making the case
I know
that
what it is, man.
people troll great
I know
players.
what it is,
It's
though.
not in the same light
Mind you, if you
that
run into Angel Reese, you'll run up to her, ask for the autograph, just try to take her on a date. You know what I mean? But on
Type
here,
shit.
though, you gonna hate on it though. I get it.
yeah, like
I'm
what
not
we
hating.
talking about?
I'm just being honest. It's when you provide context, you hating. I don't believe that. I'm sorry.
No, man.
If I don't
Yeah,
sit here,
I know what type of person you is, man.
if I don't sit here and just praise Angel Reese all day long, I'm hating. Okay.
Nah, that's not me.
It's just like I said, man. When I try to show you the stats, bro, you really try to low key downplay.
Yeah,
Man.
he did.
I already sat up here
Crunch,
and
you gave
said
him the thing, Crunch, and he couldn't just be like, "Oh shit, my bad.
I
I ain't
already
even know
sat up
that.
here
That
and
hey, that's
said
Couldn't
good."
just
she's
said it.
He had to
independent.
keep mentioning the fact
I
that
already sat up here and said that she's one of the best rebounders in the league, one of the best defenders in the league. I've already said this out my mouth. What else do you want me to say?
Rayshawn, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, bro. Do you know what a
Sure.
backhanded compliment is?
Yep.
Okay, so when he asked the question about her still being top 2 in rebounds without the offensive rebounds, the
Without the
fact that you couldn't
offensive.
give credit without keep acknowledging the other rebounds, it's a backhanded compliment.
To rebuttal your statement, when I was responding to his question, and I said, regardless of Angel Reese, even though I do see that Angel Reese gets rebounds off her own misses, correct.
That
He did
that
not
alone
ask.
makes it backhanded.
But that's
Okay,
still
okay,
open.
cool, correct. He did not ask me to mention that, but
He
in this two,
already put that in his
it's two
question.
different ways.
Take
It's
it
two
away.
different ways. It's two different ways to look at what I said.
It's
When I
not. The
said,
only way to
No,
look
it's
at it
not.
is it's
No, it's
backhanded.
not.
okay, cool. When I said that, I brought that up to say at the end of my statement that I don't care that she misses her own shots. She is still an elite rebounder. Did I not say that?
Nah,
But
bro,
the point
nah.
is,
It's still
he
backhanded.
already
However way you try to
put that
slice
in
it.
there.
Y'all
Why
got
are
it. Y'all
you
got it.
bringing
Next
that
topic.
up though? That's what
Y'all
I'm
got it. Y'all got it.
saying,
Y'all
bro.
got
I
it.
ain't
Y'all got
saying
it.
nothing about. Oh
Y'all
man,
got it.
The
bro, this
man
nigga
already
got
put that in his question, so we don't need to even say it again, bro.
I
Exactly.
was
That's what
I
makes it
was just I
backhanded,
was
Tim, and
I
he
was
can't even
just to
acknowledge
me
it.
I was just adding the fact that yes, I understand that people say she gets her own misses, but to me, I don't care about that because she's still an elite
No,
rebounder.
I'm
That's
saying
what I
even
was saying.
without
Cool.
no. See, by you saying that, you still insinuating that she only getting them rebounds mainly because of her misses. I'm saying even without her
No, I
misses.
didn't.
No, hold on,
No, I
Rayshawn.
didn't.
I'm saying even without her misses and without any offensive rebounds. No,
Yes,
hold
she is
on.
still an elite
Hold on.
rebounder. I agree.
Nobody's getting more rebounds than her. Period. Without that.
I
No, hold on.
agree.
Talking
I
about
don't know what you
it
want me to
ain't
say.
about
I
if you
agree.
agree. I'm saying without
What
that,
you mean?
without the misses, so it shows that like, damn, she just way better than everybody else.
Yeah, like if you asked me that question, I was like, oh man, yeah, she a bad girl getting rebounds. That's her
Yeah.
thing. She gets
She's
her
a
own
good
floor.
Hey, look, if
rebounder.
I
Yeah,
say,
Who?
look
I say
at
anything,
Golden State.
I say like I can't say nothing about the misses now. He didn't even say that.
Yeah, the Golden State, they whole game plan was trying to keep her off the board. And look how many boards she had against them. And she the only
Come
one
on,
that
man.
rebound they
Hey,
had.
She the
bro,
best
They had
rebounder in
three
the
or four people
game.
around her.
watched her snag a board on 5 bitches with one hand, my nigga.
One.
That's dog.
Like,
Come on,
Back
man.
and back to my original statement, I do believe that Angel Ceiling is a top 10 player in the W because there's a lot of other things she's good at basketball. I've said this.
Look,
Do
You do know, you do
here's
know, you do know
So
this month
hold
though.
on. So let me ask you this. My bad, Tim. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say yes. No, you do know that this month alone that she has been shooting about over 50%, right? For this whole month, just not the last
W's.
couple games.
Turn into
um
a real deal center for
Angel Reese has had a good stretch of games where she has been shooting the ball better.
So hold on. We about
Absolutely.
to cook you now, though, Rayshawn. First of all, it's a month. You said it was a couple games. Whole time it's a whole month, nigga.
Crunch.
But
It's only crunch. It's
hold on. Let me
only
ask you.
40 games, Crunch. It's
No,
40
Rayshawn.
games.
Let me ask you.
What the
Because it's
fuck,
about to
bro?
cook you for life. It's no coming
Go
back.
ahead.
There's no coming back from this
Go
one.
ahead. Go ahead
So
and
hold on. You
stir
said
me
her
up. Go ahead.
ceilings is borderline top 10.
I think she could be a top 10 player in the league.
So all
That's
right.
her
So let me
ceiling.
ask you this question. Tell me when Andre Drummond was ever a top 10 player in the league.
Once again, you keep bringing that up. I was not
Nah, ain't no
comparing
once
her to
again.
Andre Drummond as an entire player. I was talking
You
about strictly
said
rebounding.
nah, nigga.
We was
You
talking
said
about
she.
rebounding.
You
You
keep
keep on trying
comparing
to
her
make it
to
about the
Andre
whole,
Drummond
but
though.
Andre Drummond's
You keep,
whole game. We was talking
no,
about
hold on.
strictly
Andre
rebounding.
Drummond. That's the main part of his game though.
Because you
So
brought
when you
up
bring up
rebounding.
Drummond, why? Hold on. Why don't we just bring up somebody else that's top 10 in the league that can do other things? So like I said, like a
I
Dwight
don't
Howard
think
in
there's
his
been a
prime.
top 10 player with that type of
I'm saying
archetype.
like a Dwight Howard in his prime though. So when we come talk about Andre Drummond, he was never
The
top
guy was
10.
a lob threat though.
He
More.
was never. Hold on. Drummond was never top 10. He was never top 30.
Look, can we get off the Drummond
You brought
train?
up Drummond, Nick.
You brought up rebounding, so I brought up Drummond.
No, but you also
What you
mentioned that
missing?
Angel's gonna be top 10 in the league. So when it comes
I
down
think
to
that's her
rebounding,
ceiling.
Drummond is not the only one that was getting a lot of rebounds. That's what I'm saying.
Bro, you acting like you slow right
No,
now. We
you
were
the one that's
talking
slow.
about rebounding. We're
You,
talking about
but
rebounding,
you act
specifically
like Andre
rebounding. So I
Drummond is
brought
the
up
only
Drummond.
rebounder though. That's what I'm saying.
We were only talking about rebounding.
You don't
That's
know
why I
ball.
brought up another good
I forgot.
rebounder.
Hold on. I forgot you don't know ball, bro. You good.
You got it, bro. You
No,
got it.
no, no, no.
So
I
he
forgot
don't
you played
understand.
tennis. You played tennis growing up, so like you're not gonna
Type
understand.
shit.
Hey,
I play golf,
Yeah,
tennis, soccer.
yeah,
He
Yeah.
don't understand.
yeah.
He don't understand how he used that as a use them against each other. Like if you trying to say, okay, she Andre Drummond,
Andre Drummond ain't considered a top player in the NBA.
I never said she was Andre
But
Drummond
you
as a full basketball
but
player.
you
I
say
never
that.
said
Andre
that.
Drummond.
I was talking about rebounding.
You said Andre. Hold on, but he's not the only rebounder though, bro.
You talk about somebody who
Because
you
they
brought
used
up
to
the
say
fact that
Dwight
Andrew
Howard
Reese
didn't have
led the
no
league in
offensive.
But why
rebounding.
you
I
didn't
brought
say
up
Dennis
Drummond because you
Rodman?
also
Why you
led
didn't
the
say
league in
Dennis
Why
rebounding.
you
Rodman?
say Dennis? Why you say Bill
Dennis
Russell? Why
Rodman
you ain't
also
say
was never a top 10 player in
Moses?
the league.
I
So
say
again,
Boogie with some defense. That's like a good call.
yeah, listen, yeah, I compare her to Boogie when she was coming out. Now, as far
Boogie
as
with
the
some
shooting,
defense. Boogie with
as far
some
as the
defense.
shooting is
If
getting.
you think she Dennis Rodman, and then she's never going to be top 10 because he was never top 10.
Oh, so how? Hold on, time out. So why they say Jordan had all his help? Got him. So let's just move forward because you ain't ready for that convo.
What that got to do with
Hold
what I
on,
said?
you ain't ready for that part of the convo though.
Jalen
Dennis
Duran.
Rodman was never no top 10 player.
So right, exactly.
He was great.
But they,
He was
hold on,
great though.
they'll tell you the Bulls is a super team. Let's just move forward though. You ain't ready for that though. So like I said, bro, Andre Drummond wasn't the only rebounder in the league. So for you to say that, bro, we got to think of somebody that's around top 10. Like I said, Dwight Howard. They used to say he didn't have no offensive bag neither.
Doing nothing but dunking.
Right, he was just a dunker and just he ain't had no post game. That's what they said.
Dwight Howard wasn't shooting 35% from the floor, bro.
Time out. The Angels shooting like 39 though, ain't it?
35.
No, hold on, bro. I'm gonna look it up.
Go look it up.
It has went up.
You got to remember, the WNBA percentage is going to be lower than NBA's on average.
Yeah, I'm aware that the average WNBA
You know,
percentage is lower than
because she's not
The
dunking.
whole league is at about, I think, what average what?
She's not dunking.
44%?
The average field goal percentage for the W this year, I think it's like 47%.
Hell no.
Go look it
Nah, I
up.
doubt that. Hold on.
Go look it up. Go look it up. I could be
Average
wrong.
WNBA field
39.1 now.
goal.
Somebody said 39.1.
I could be wrong. Go look it up.
39.1 sound more.
I think they got it up to. They don't have it that high up. It only go up to 2023, and they say it was 44%.
Oh, okay. It's almost 10% higher than 35.
About 5% off. I mean, you gotta remember, yo.
For her
Then you look up 2023, yeah, 2025.
That's not bad for a second year player though.
And that's like not act like all her misses is wide open.
Yeah, man. Like right, they be double, triple team.
Literally
They don't all be
getting
wide
smothered
open.
by three defenders. That's why her assist numbers are going up, nigga. They want to smother her. I bet. Ish.
Angel got
Got
such high
potential to
IQ
be
for the
got
game, man.
potential to be a top 10 player.
She gonna be
for
the
sure.
best.
I said
She gonna be one of the. She gonna be top 5.
maybe. I think top 10. I don't know about top 5, but I think top 10 for sure.
No, but I ain't gonna lie though. It's a lot of these rookies that's coming in the WNBA straight balling like off the rip.
They all nice though, for real.
Shit, Sonya Citron, she had a double last night.
You know what I mean?
What's on the line?
I might start training my niece how to play basketball, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
But I ain't gonna lie. I think more people starting to get in tune with the WNBA than the NBA, but I could be wrong.
And the NBA is starting to fall off, man. Well, I say it was starting to fall off. Now it's coming back.
Still
I
way
think
more people.
the rise of the WNBA and like the NBA is kind of slowly falling off right now. That's what's making it feel that way, but I don't think so.
Yeah, right.
That's
It's not. I ain't gonna lie. The NBA next season is gonna be amazing, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
That's definitely not happening. There's more people watching NBA.
Let me I'm gonna wrap this up though, y'all.
All right, bro.